It's not very nice, Lady Che. Lady Che says hi, everyone.
I'm talking about Shawty going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7 Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything he can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties tonight, apparently. We'll get back to this countdown.
I'm talking about Shawty going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7 Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything he can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
Greetings, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Frontline Black News. I'm your host, Chan Cromer. We join with my other host, Lady Che, who is right behind me. And Shabaka and Corey will be here any second. And On tonight's episode of Frontline Black News, Season 3, Episode 36, or Tray 6, Part 1. We will be discussing several things. The first thing that we will be discussing tonight, Black family, is tangibles. Tangibles 2023 to tangibles 2024. It's a year and a decade of tangibles. Continue to demand something tangible for your vote. The next topic is the Jacksonville situation with the family of 3 victims in racist attack files claim against Dollar General and others. Good. Democrats lied about police reform to get Black Americans to vote for them in 2020. We already been telling y'all that. That's why we still waiting on you Biden supporters to call into Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced every Tuesday evening and every Friday morning and tell us what tangible benefits we're going to get from a Biden administration. Because it's been 3 years of Biden and we ain't got nothing tangible. So we're going to touch on that. Oh, there's our West Coast correspondent. There's Shabaka, Black Cat. Welcome back. I'm just going through the intro. Hold on. Let me finish the intro.
Okay.
So, they're going to know that came from Professor Black Truth. Okay, we got a Kyle Rittenhouse book is flip-flopping hard. Yay! Excellent news.
Yeah, that's great news. Great news. Yeah, let them go out there and be on the street like a bomb, man, in this cool weather. Outstanding, great news. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
acquitted. I hope it continues to flop. Hold on, Shabaka. I still got to get through the titles.
Yeah.
So then we got George Santos,
the
one that was ousted from Congress, has more guts than the CBC.
Oh, that's more great news.
He has more guts.
Oh, yeah, that's more great news. Yeah.
Wow. The Congressional Black Caucus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. George Santos, straight scrub. Congressional Black Caucus, they need to disband them. You know, what's the next guy?
Darryl George suspended again over his Locs. That's the young teenage brother down in Texas that keeps getting harassed.
Okay, high school student, right?
I believe so. He's like a ninth grade.
All right, so okay, I do know young man is either middle school or high school, and the school staff don't like him wearing, his traditional hairstyle. And what he should do and his family should do is go get a lawyer, go get a guy getting ready to pick up his law degree and haul that whole state, man, in there. That's a discrimination lawsuit. That there for them to tell Black students
and
that they cannot wear their traditional hairstyles.
Too. On top of it, they have the Crown Act, but they're not enforcing it.
Okay, all right. More reason for the lawsuit. Violation of the young man's civil rights right there. You see?
So, then after that, we got your boy, Biden. His son has been indicted on 9 tax charges and faces 17 years in prison.
Okay, great, beautiful. Then they need to take his ass right out there. They need to take him out there to Alcatraz Island and throw him out there by himself this time of the year.
Alcatraz has been closed for years, Shabaki. Ain't nobody getting those Alcatraz.
No, but what I'm just saying is that for the proper penalty for that is for him to go to do his time in Alcatraz as it is.
Oh my God!
All worn out, walls peeled, all
decrepit. He's gonna be the only one in that motherfucker.
That cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they need to go put Rittenhouse out there. You know what I'm saying? Let them have the whole island together. Don't give them no food. Don't give them no food. Don't give them no baths. Don't give them no heat. You know what I'm saying? and then for all you scrubs out there, I was just killing unusual punishment. Then you got to look at how the police are murdering our people.
We don't have time for the
diatribe. Is that not cruel and unusual punishment?
Gotta finish the top, Shabaka.
That's cruel and unusual.
Yeah, Shabaka.
Punishment. I mean, look at them punks down there in Memphis, Tennessee.
God
You
damn
know,
it,
they
Shabaka.
all upset
Shabaka.
because young man was up there screwing old boy's ex-wife. You know.
Tyree Nichols.
So, well, I got to kill him. You know what I'm saying? And then his colleagues, you know, their gang mentality. We got you, homie. So they see young man.
Yeah, that was Scorpion Union.
Then they radio they radio their homies and go up there and beat and kill that man, you know, in front of his mother.
Damn, they did that in front of his mother?
Yeah, man, because you remember when he was crying, mama?
No, that was George Floyd. But oh, he was a black.
No. I'm talking about old boy in Memphis.
I remember now.
In Memphis. And then old punk ass Bianchi, just to show you how fucked up in the head he is.
Bianchi up.
He's gonna sit up there and say, it's just
the topics. I'm not done with the topics.
Okay.
I'm not done with the topics.
Okay, all right.
We got Terrence Howard suing the CAA. I think you know what that stands for, for fraud.
Okay, all right, you're fading in and out. Could you repeat that, please?
Oh, God. Terrence Howard sues CAA for fraud over Empire Roll. Shabaka?
Okay, you faded out, Brother Che. I didn't quite get all that.
Oh, my God. Can you hear me now, Shabaka?
Yeah. But it still got that artificial intelligence noise in the background.
Oh, that's the machine.
You know, that drowns you out and stuff.
That's Lady Che's machine. Okay, now, can you hear me now?
Okay, what about? Okay, I can't hear you. And I heard you clear right there. What about now?
It's the computer, Shabaka. Damn it.
Okay. So what it is, man, you know, this is their way of shadow banning us. Like I got a letter from Blog Talk today saying, oh, we're not shadow banning you. Try this, try that, man. And we up here, you know, got 10 callers and talking about we got 2 listens, but had 10 callers. See, that's them lies they be saying, man, you know. And then they trying to get this artificial intelligence, man, you know, to run everything. You see, and this is why, you know, all these apps and stuff like that, you know, keep working, because what you're going to have, man, within 25 years, you're going to have the artificial intelligence running everything. Okay, Brother Che. Okay, can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. The computer keeps freezing up.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so it's the signals. Okay, so this is what I mean, man, about how they shadow banned us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we lost Brother Che right there from our Denver office. This is how this high-tech artificial intelligence bullshit, you know what I'm saying, doesn't dig the message. So they probably program it to do this bullshit, you know what I'm saying. And this is Shabaka saying, Corey, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, everybody knows about what happened here recently with the college professor. Old bastard couldn't get a job. You know what I'm saying? They refused to hire his sorry ass, you know. So he decided to go on a shooting spree, you know, and he had killed some students up there at UNLV, commonly referred to as the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So from what I understand, that bomb got kicked off the planet, and rightfully so. And of course, our hearts go out to the loved ones of those who were killed, you know, as they are in their grieving.
Okay, I'm back. I figured it out. I was on the wrong browser.
Okay, you got to.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to figure it out.
Yeah. So
Okay, do you have your devices real close to each other?
Yes, but that's not it. That's not the issue. They've been messing with me on my Chrome, on my personal Chrome browser. It messes up for some odd reason because it has an ad blocker and some privacy add-ons to the browser like DuckDuckGo and others. So they don't like that. So they purposely mess with the StreamYard as a result of it. But yeah, the next topic is Terrence Howard sues CAA for fraud over Empire Roll.
Okay, brother Che, you not coming in clear.
Can you hear me now,
Shabaka? We're at 18 minutes. Yeah, right at 19 minutes.
I know.
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
19 minutes. Yeah, you sound much better than you did.
Okay, so the next topic is CAA. Oh my God. Terrence Howard sues CAA for fraud over Empire Roll.
Okay, you faded out again.
What is wrong with your computer, Lady Terry?
I'm not touching it.
I don't know why I'm fading in and out. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I see you, but I can hardly hear you. Okay, what about now?
I don't know how you can't hear us. Can you hear me now?
Okay, now I hear you now, but I'm still getting that echoing in there.
Let me go out and come back in.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
What does it?
All right, can you hear me now?
Okay, but you're still echoing, but you're a lot more clearer.
Okay. All right, so Terrence Howard is suing.
Okay, how am I sounding on?
You sound clear, Shabaka. Terrence Howard is suing CCH or CAA for fraud over Empire Roll. Okay.
Oh, Terrence Howard. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay, yeah, Twin Pyramid saying it's on fire. Thank you there, Pyramid. Yo, what's happening, Twin Pyramid? Okay, yeah, I did read that Mr. Howard was suing, I believe, over residual money that he was supposed to be getting over Empire.
Correct.
And I think what it is, man, is that they doing some revenge on him, man, because he just got up there and said, fuck it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got to keep in mind, just like what's happening there with Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, we covered that on the last show.
Becky.
Yeah, we covered that on the last show.
Right, but
I'm trying to get to the topic.
Yes, sir, but I'm just saying it.
Hold on.
Okay, but I'm just talking about in Hollywood what's going on with Terrence Howard is part of that same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That there's their revenge on you. Yeah. Moving right along. Just making a note.
The next topic is New York City Mayor Eric Adams goes to Biden for the
put him in a cardboard box
for the 10th time, begging for help with migrants after he said, "We can come on in. We could take in as many as you need."
Mm-hmm.
His approval rating.
Okay, so later
record lows, and
has plummeted. Okay, yeah.
And guess who he blames? And then we got Hannah Payne's murder case begins, or murder trial.
Okay.
Murder trial begins in Atlanta, Georgia, 4 years later. And if we have time,
wow, man.
Unhoused Neighbor News and our Unhoused Neighbor Suite.
Right. Right.
So thank you for holding it down, Shabaka. We gotta get rolling on the show. So the first topic,
yes, sir.
Tangibles. We're demanding something tangible for our vote. Any politician that's seeking your vote,
absolutely,
something tangible for your vote. So we've been pushing
absolutely
hashtag for the past 4 years.
Yeah, and we'll continue to push for the next 4 years and 4 years after that, all the way up to 2100. And then the reason for these tangibles is because we learned on one of our partner podcasts is that the Federal Reserve Bank has stole the money from the Freedmen's Bureau. You see what I'm saying? And this is why we do not acquire no generational wealth. You see, so therefore, voting for tangibles, specifically for us, is even now more intensified.
Right.
Okay, with us acquiring our own land, you see what I'm saying, and holding on intellectual properties on our inventions and what have you, and we've got to have a cohesiveness amongst ourselves, is because when you look at bums like Eric Adams, ass scratchers like Uncle Tom Bradley, what have you. You see what I mean? They turn their back on the Black community. And then when the system spits in their face, they have the audacity to come to the Black community talking about now all of a sudden they need some support. So
or they play the school by the door like Amorosa.
Exactly. And then they want to come back to the Black community, and then when a Black card gets revoked, then all of a sudden we're all in the wrong. You see what I mean? So tangibles 2020, tangibles 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, 2048, 2052, 2056, 2060, 2064, 2068, 2072, 2076, 2080, 2084, 2088, 2092, 2096, all the way up to 2100.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Shabaka.
Tangibles.
That's the first time we've ever gotten tangibles like that. But yes, all the way to 2100.
Yes, sir.
Continue to demand some tangibles.
Yes, sir.
So back in 2019,
we cannot be.
Our good brother.
Go ahead, brother Chad. Yeah.
She came up with the hashtag tangibles 2020. And in it, he was detailing everything that foundational Black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery, freedmen, were going to demand from the two-party system. So nothing has changed except the year. That's it. Everything else remains the same. So I'm going to read this like I normally do. And we'll give a commentary on it, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So the 2024, so I'm going to change 2020 to 2024, but everything else remains the same. The 2024 presidential elections are coming up, and foundational Black Americans are going to reject the 50-year-old plus malign neglect policy that has been implemented by the political system. This malign neglect, like belligerent and malevolent neglect policy, mandates that Black Americans should be ignored and only mentioned in vague and non-specific terms. Lumping foundational Black Americans into groups with minorities, immigrants, people of color, etc., BIPOC, whatever crap, has only hindered the progress of Black Americans as a group while providing tangible benefits for other groups. In this election cycle, the 2024 election cycle, Black Americans are going to insist that our needs are specifically met by politicians who are seeking our vote. Foundational Black Americans want tangible benefits, specifically for us. We do not want trickle-down, secondary benefits that are provided for every group. Every group has not been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised in every area of society as foundational Black Americans. So we refuse to be lumped in with groups that exist in the exploitation and disenfranchisement of Black Americans. So politicians must offer tangibles, specifically the foundational Black Americans, or we simply will not vote for them. Be sure to spread this message far and wide on social media using the hashtag tangibles2020. And since it's 2023, It's Tangibles 2023. And in 2 weeks, it will be Tangibles 2024. All the way up to 2100, Black family. Man, something tangible for you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and every year of tangibles proceeding from now all the way up to 2100. Now, also, too, is that with this high-tech age, is that we got to get a stronghold on that is because just looking at certain elements within the last few days is that they're going to try to gear this economy to be all robotic, okay? So, yeah, this reset is coming. Do not go for the digital currency, okay? Is because I'm going through a bunch of shit right now. Is that I'm trying to send a loved one a gift, okay? And it was through that Walmart to Walmart shit. And then I get a call from Maria, and they asked me a bunch of questions about my personal information, and I pretty much told them to go fuck themselves because I don't know. Plus, you got a foreign accent, okay? Plus, you coming at us with this AI shit, and the people there at the Walmart didn't tell me I would have to go through that bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play pity pat with these tricks for a couple of more days, and then when they call you up about that shit, ladies and gentlemen, cuss them out. Do not kiss their ass. Now, the reason why you want to cuss them out, and the reason why you do not want to kiss their ass, because you want to make that person's job, who's calling you up with that bullshit, as difficult as possible, to where he just blows up. You know, I'm talking about, man, you up here handling your business, you know, and then the third party is calling you up, asking you about personal business. Yeah, say, and you never seen this trick before in your life. No. You say, do not go for that. You say, and the only way you make an effective punch, you got to do it in groups. Now, and in large numbers. Now, surely, if we were sitting out there, sitting at a lunch counter, begging for a cup of coffee, okay, where a lot of our people died, okay, and came back again looking for quote unquote good trouble. You see what I'm saying? The whole John Lewis, and they knocked him all in his head, and they got a picture of him in 1965.
Pissed to John Lewis.
Stretched out. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And see, that mentality did not work, Black family. This is why we're in a fucked up position that we're in right now.
Yep.
And as you said it, Brother Paris, to make us be marginalized. You know, generalize us instead of saying Black people and what we are, just like on Facebook. I'm in one of these particular groups talking about sports, okay? And these bastards is up here, you know, referring to the greatest by the name of the raping, slave trading pedophile that owned his family. You see what I mean? Highly, highly, highly disrespectful.
Highly.
You see what I mean? Yeah, and then they're going to say, we looked at your profile, Shabaka, you're a black racist and all that. Now, show me, motherfucker, where our people own police departments where we could put race soldiers out there to go kill other groups indiscriminately. Show me where our people own major food chains and what have you, and major farmland modifying the food with GMOs, okay? Show me where that we control banking institutions that can go up there and hijack the Freedmen Bureau's bank like with the Federal Reserve to us. So unless you can show me that, as I stated here, Brother Che, just like certain individuals that we argue with on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced radio show, and we're not giving them no credit, all that is bullshit. Kiss my ass with it.
Yeah, we're getting no argument over here, brother.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You know, because white America does not want to acknowledge it's wrong. See, this is why they come diverting from the subject. Oh, well, you know, young people throw yourself into slavery. Biggest lie ever told. The white man went over there on a continent, the same intention that he did here in the Americas. Divide and conquer. He comes over here You know what I'm saying? The indigenous people here, the various nations, Choctaw, Iroquois, and I'm trying to think of the other groups, Brother Che, the Seminoles, and the, all along Louisiana
And Mississippi,
would open,
the polka dot.
yeah, and then, yeah, and then, and keep in mind, Brother Che, is that these were some savages that came off that Mayflower. They did not know how to wash their ass. And the part that I find so incredible, out of the indigenous people.
But it's now the United States. He set foot in the Caribbean.
No, he never did. Yeah, because the damn fool thought that he was going to China. I mean, no, I'm sorry, going to India.
India. He thought he was in India. That's why they call it the West Indies.
Yeah.
But getting back to
you see what I'm saying?
Fuck Columbus. May he rest in peace as well. Lady Che, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing to vote for right now. There's nothing. Their debates. The debates and stuff that's been going on as of the last week.
Oh, Sheila Jackson Lee lost too, by the way.
I've shown nothing but nothing. So
okay.
Is it anything tangible to vote for right now? So hold your own nut. Hey, hold your nuts.
Democrats took a major L.
Don't vote.
Sheila Jackson lost to race in Houston.
Okay, all righty, okay. And from what I understand, black folks have a huge amount of voters there.
Yeah, and they took a major L. So they getting on code. Shout out to the Black Houstonians.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Houstonians. Yes, sir. Okay, so they on code. Okay, so hopefully that this will set a trend to go clearly off into the general election. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So hopefully this here will set a trend. And we will be hosting a show on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced in the very, very near future about black voters holding their votes and about black voters making these sorry black-ass politicians, more accountable.
That's right.
Okay, good. Yeah, making them more accountable. And at the next couple of municipal elections.
It's just the beginning.
Yes, sir.
Nothing yet. Democrat shields like Jeff Fart and Rolly
Yes, sir.
And get joyless reads.
Yes, sir.
This is just the beginning.
Yes, sir. Okay, so that is the yes, sir. That's the black empowerment right there, Brother Che.
Yes, sir. And
that's black empowerment right there, is that when these sorry black ass politicians who don't do shit for the black community, have the black community vote they stinking asses out of office.
Mm-hmm. And
you feel what I'm saying? Because and I think that even Dr. Phil.
How long was she in Congress? About 30 years?
Well, yeah, quite a long time, because I do know our colleague Jay Dizzle had her on one of his podcasts.
Oh, Jay Dizzle's on. Years ago. He's live right now too, Shabaka. He's talking about the blockchain and cryptocurrency. I guess him and Jason Blacc had gotten into it online, but that's what he's talking about right now.
Oh, okay, all right. We definitely wish brother
bad
Jay Dizzle, well.
Had a disagreement about cryptocurrency.
Okay, I know Jay Dizzle is cool, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said he want to have us on the show. Cool. He said we could either do it on his show or Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. So get with him. So we can get that set up.
Okay, it's all good. Yes, sir.
Yeah, getting back to the tangible. Continue to demand something tangible for your vote, black family. Do not let up. Keep the pressure on. Yeah, explain to the people what the
precious metal, gold, land. Economical empowerment. Those are tangible, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Check, goddamn it, a check is tangible.
Oh, that too.
An anti-black hate crime bill is tangible.
Well, yes, sir. And then checking these murders as police officers or policy.
That goes along with that. If you kill a black person, it's automatically a hate crime, and you're gonna be prosecuted as such.
Yes, sir. And hit them with the death penalty.
Yeah.
Now, once convicted, there's no appeal.
And die, ego, die. How the hell ego got protections, but we, the original people of this planet, let alone this continent, and we ain't got no protections. The hell out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Moving
because we're looked
along.
upon as subhuman.
Yeah. Lady Che, did you have anything else to add?
No.
Moving right along. We have the Jacksonville family of the 3 victims in racist attack or murder. They filed claim against the Dollar General and others.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember that peace rally I went to? Yes, thank you, Twin.
Yes, hey, yeah, right on. Shout out to Frontline Black News. Yeah, thank you, Twin Pyramid. And definitely please spread the hashtag Frontline Black News, and please pass on the hashtag Resurrection of the Mental Dead. Appreciate you there, Twin Pyramid. Okay, current event. Okay.
Lisa Cabrera. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera. Oh shit, she did hit 150,000 subscribers. That's what's up. Congratulations, Lisa, on getting 150,000 subscribers. You haven't subscribed to Lisa Cabrera.
Okay, hopefully she'll pull us along.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then also too, I'm happy to report off of research that I've been doing on my own brother Che with the StreamYard. We're getting more views on it. Okay, I'm still going back and forth, but with Blog Talk, as you know, to get a true count of our listeners, because they're giving me a bunch of double speak. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna have to do, the next couple of days is go back to school, and read over this material, because I'm going to the public library, studying content creation. So I'm gonna treat it like a college course for the next week.
Oh, okay.
To see if there's anything that we're missing. To see if we're missing anything. And obviously we are. You know what I mean?
I gotta run you through that tutorial of the StreamYard. We gotta set that up before the new.
Yes, sir.
But getting back,
yes, sir.
So they filed a lawsuit against the store where their loved ones were killed.
Okay.
And others. So Lisa Cabrera down for us.
Good. And that's the dollar store, right?
Yeah, Dollar General. They call it Dollar General.
Okay. Then find the corporate headquarters, get in their pocket.
Me clearly.
Oh my God.
America is not a racist country.
That's a damn lie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Man, he need his ass whooped.
I know you all remember the shooting in Jacksonville. And it was the shooting where Ron DeSantis was blamed because of all of the anti-Black rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking down there, and he got all upset over that and got booed when he showed up for a vigil. Well, those families are now
that
suing.
Councilwoman was telling me,
and I certainly can understand. So, family of 3 Black people killed in racist shooting sues Dollar General and others. So the family members of the 3 that were shot at a Dollar General store in North Florida by a racist gunman have sued the store owner, operator, and security contractor for negligence, claiming lax security led to their loved one's death. 21-year-old gunman, y'all remember the old gunman?
Yeah, Ryan
had attempted to enter another store and the campus of the historic Black college, but he was stopped by the presence of security guards at both places. The probes by Ryan Palmeter took place at a predominantly Black neighborhood in Jacksonville in August, ending in a fatal assault at the Dollar General. So the lawsuit was filed Monday on the behalf of families of Angela Carr, Darryl Gallion, and AJ Ligari. So while Palmeter was deterred from harming the public at his 2 preceding stops, At this Dollar General, there was nothing in place to again deter the shooter from attacking and killing innocent people. This is what the family are saying in their lawsuit. Better security measures should have been in place by the store operator and landlord before the shooting last August, since the area around the store has been, there's been a rash of shootings, assaults, burglaries, robberies, and drug dealing, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed in
most
state
definitely shout out to Deacon of Reality, yeah.
And if you
yes,
remember the
thank you, Deacon of
gunman, that
Reality.
Palmeter, he killed himself at the scene, leaving behind racist writings, a manifesto, and a suicide note on his computer. And I believe his father found all of this stuff. So the families of the victims do name Palmeter's estate
out here in
his
Las
parents as defendants in the lawsuit. Investigators said that Palmeter made clear in his writings that he hated Black people. During the attack, he texted his father and told him to break into his room and check his computer. There, the father found the note and writings. The family notified the authorities, but by then the shooting had already begun, detectives said. So Palmeter have been involved in a 2016 domestic violence incident that did not lead to an arrest and was involuntarily committed for a 72-hour mental health examination the following year. Palmeter used two guns at the shooting, a Glock handgun and an AR-15 style rifle, according to authorities. So they tried to reach out to the Dollar General, and, they did not return their call. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the family do get something out of it. But, your governor down there, he has been riding high on anti-Black sentiment down there in Florida for a long time. And I think he did antagonize a lot of what happened. Of course, he's going to take offense to that. See, when you say, woke, this is, Florida is where it comes to die. Yeah, that just sounds racist. And then your wife is walking around with that slogan on a coat with an alligator. And we know what alligators were used for. Okay, we know what they were used for. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to tell me what you think about this video. I hope the family gets some closure. It's hard losing a loved one like that. You're only going to the store to shop and you end up dead. Just like Buffalo, New York. No matter where we are, these people always got to find a way to bother us. So y'all,
you got to start returning the fire.
Video, please.
That's right.
No, I'll tell you what I think about it, ma'am. I'll tell you what I think about it, Ms. Cabrera, and I'm saying it out here. I'm making it plain. Okay, you got to start returning fire, period.
Well, that's what we always say. You got to start waging back. We at war.
Yeah, no. The only way this shit, sir, sir, the only way that this shit is going to end is start returning fire. That is it. And to quote, one of our elders in his autobiography, who was exercising his Second Amendment right, he stated that all the killings of our unarmed people went down drastically when we organized and start returning fire. I wonder why.
Because they got the memo not to fuck with us.
Exactly. No, but you see, just like what our brother did down there in Texas a few years ago, the brother who went to the camera room. Okay. What was that brother's name? He was a soldier. Okay. He went to the camera room and he came back and he went down there to Dallas, I believe.
You're talking about Michael Johnson.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And I was happy to see early the next morning when I was on my way to a Starbucks where a guy was putting out the San Francisco Chronicle newspaper in Oakland and the East Bay Times. Okay. All right. So as I was going to get my coffee, it was on the headlines what our brother did down there in Dallas. And the newspaper man said, "Hey man, look at that." I said, "Hey man, can I have that paper?" He said, "Yeah, sure. This is something, isn't it?" Yeah. I said it really was something. And a thing that I really did enjoy seeing on that headline where that ass scratching Yassa Boston sergeant of the police was up there crying, shitting in his pants. Oh, that was beautiful. And I hate to even have to say that is because we got to do something, Black family. This here is a human violation. They are killing us. Yeah, they're the ones that sent in the robot that killed. Yeah, right. And it was a black police chief. Yes, sir. And it was a black police chief, but he had put in the work, and I believe that Mr. Johnson knew that that he was, to quote Dr. Newton, he was committing revolutionary suicide.
Oh yeah, I just shared that book today too.
Yeah, because you saw the brother, in the camera room, putting a power sign up, and there was something about him that, if I recall, and anybody out there, please correct me if I'm wrong, as that he was in the military, he had went to the camera room, okay. And then he had dropped out of sight for about a week and a half. And then the next thing that you hear of him is that he's down there in Dallas putting in the work, okay? And then they sent the robot in to kill him. It was a black police chief too, by the way, okay? Now, another problem is this. We got to remember the words of Sister Harry, okay? You're either going to be free or you're going to be dead. Okay, when you look at assholes like Eric Adams, Brandon Johnson, okay, Uncle Tom Bradley of Los Angeles, Larry Alders, okay, Leo Terrell, Thomas Sewell, okay, wait a minute, Condoleezza Rice, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to think of a couple of more.
Raccoons and mammies.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about is the raccoon. Okay, with their lack of concern for us as the people, which also aids in the perpetration of this bullshit. Okay, like Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, I'm going to protect property. No, motherfucker.
He wanted to kill black people.
He wanted to kill. Yeah, that was his intent, to kill black people. So why would you grab a weapon, cross state lines, to go do this shit? Okay.
According to Kelly, he didn't purchase it across state lines. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Illinois and Wisconsin are two different states. They border each other just like New Mexico and Colorado.
How's that messy?
Okay, just like California and Nevada does. State line of California here, sir, is 46 miles from where I'm at.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
I'm gonna let who is this that's giving this? Uncle Phil. Let Uncle Phil give us the rundown.
With Uncle Phil talking about.
So the Democrats they lied. The Democrats they lied.
Yeah, they did.
They lied about police reform.
They did.
To get black Americans to vote for them in 2020.
It's called pimping. And we got to get tired of being.
It's called We Told You So. All you high and Biden
that too.
Homosexuals.
Oh, yes, sir.
Nobody get Trump. We just got to get Trump out. We just can't have 4 more years.
Yeah,
he has to go. We got to get him out. Vote him out. Vote anybody but Trump. Oh, you stupid ass.
Yeah, and then, yes, sir. And then to prove your point even further, Brother Che, this is very sad. What I have to admit here on Frontline Black News, which I'm a contributor of, is that you got these Negroes called called Blacks for Trump, and then you got another crew called Niggas for Trump. And and these are some brain dead motherfuckers.
You got
yeah, they call themselves Niggas for Trump. Okay, you got Blacks for Trump,
Latinos for Trump, Asians for Trump.
Yeah,
white women for Trump.
And they all hate us. You see, now, and Brother Che, and this is why I got to, find some time. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow, because I got to get in touch with the anchor man. He called me also to
I talked
a gentleman
to him.
that I'm familiar with. Okay, and then of course the gentleman that you're familiar with from your hometown. I got to get with him tomorrow. Who was known, back in your town for a certain profession that he does.
Yeah,
I got to get with him tomorrow. Okay, but I got to sit down and watch and I got to stomach the stuff of what I'm about to prepare in the finishing of Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
Yeah, damn, Chewbacca.
Brother. Now, but what it is, old lady Chad, made me so angry, from what I saw at the beginning. But now I'm prepared and got to, and I'm prepared. I got to go through with it because it's gonna piss me off like Roots did. It's gonna piss me off just like that movie Band of Angels did, and it's gonna piss me off like the movie Imitation of Life did.
Yeah.
You see, so I'm already knowing this, so I got to prepare myself for this, and then also too on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced in the future. We hope to have everybody on this episode. What we're gonna do, and this is gonna be revisiting, Blacks pioneering into Hollywood. Is because Brother Che, you listened to our podcast, years ago, where we did the feminization of the black male.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do is going to go into the total degradation of black people as a whole in the history of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? The prostitution, the ghetto gaggers, the coons, you see what I'm saying? The whole 9 yards about it. And all those who think different than what I do, you're welcome to call in on that episode, 516-418-5996. Okay, and then to protect ourselves from you crooked ass LA lawyers out there with your bullshit. Okay, we're not going to mention nobody's name. We're just going to mention scenarios. We're not going to mention nobody's name. We're just going to mention, scenario.
Okay.
See. You see what I mean? And it's designed.
Get it set up.
And it's designed. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, man, you the co-executive producer. You be the first one to know. And it's going to be designed to piss you people off in Hollywood out of it. No. You're not going to sit up here and keep effeminizing our men folk and sitting up here talking about that our women folk don't need us and all that. And they want to go up there and gag, for their audition. In Hollywood. That's why that bastard Weinstein falls.
On the
couch.
What
I'm saying?
Casting couch, Shabaka. So
yeah, Brother Che, got 3-4 white dudes going down a sister's throat and splashing all over. You know what I'm saying? And they up there, talking about that is how they gonna get there doing their audition.
All right, so getting back to the topic.
And some of them will say this last sentence on that, and I do believe that some of them were underage. Yeah. Yeah, we're going in on that.
Yeah, so y'all stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're going to get back to the topic at hand, and that's the Democrats. They have lied about police reform to get Black Americans to vote for them in 2020. So we told you so.
Yeah.
Just take a knee.
Yeah.
They hand it off.
Fumble to the house. What a doozy.
Up by 5, 14 seconds left. You take a knee.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there's a video that came out of Reform, Alabama. And this particular video is the type of videos that I don't like to see. These videos make me extremely disgusted in general. When I see our people being put in a position like this. And usually I don't even want to show these kind of videos, even if they are mild or they're not beating somebody up. Because after George Floyd, I was just kind of done with a lot of police videos. For years, I've talked about that subject. For years, I've shown it over and over and over and over again. But here we're talking about the Democrats, and I have to bring something up because during the 2020 election, Democrats said, if you go out there and vote for Joe Biden and the Democrats at the time, they said that they would get into office and they would give you Black Americans police reform. So we can prevent what happened to George Floyd from happening to another Black person. Now, the brother in this video know what happened to George Floyd did not happen to this brother, but it's similar circumstances. So let me go ahead and roll this clip out of Reform, Alabama. And let's go ahead and talk about the Democrats, because anytime I see police doing something to Black people, I'm blaming the Democrats. Let's roll that.
They held a protest Monday night in response to the viral video showing a police officer using a stun gun on a handcuffed man. We want to warn you, you might find this video disturbing. After an exchange of words, the police officer pulls the trigger on the stun gun and then asked,
"You want it again? No, man. Shut the f up. You was big and bad."
She could then be heard calling him an explicit name.
She tased him in the back, and she was holding it. She was just holding it there until he started crying.
Jalexis Rice, girlfriend of Micaiah Washington, says this all started when her boyfriend and two others were changing a tire of the car they were driving. She says that's when the officer in the video pulled up, eventually putting her boyfriend in handcuffs and tasing him.
When I seen, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't do nothing but
cry. Following his words, the police officer pulls the trigger on the stun gun and test Monday night in response to the viral video showing a police officer using a stun gun on a handcuffed man. We want to warn you, you might find this video disturbing. After an exchange of words, the police officer pulls the trigger on the stun gun and then asked,
"You want it again? No, man. Shut the f up. You was big and bad."
She could then be heard calling him an explicit name.
She tased him in the back, and she was holding it. She was just holding it there until he started crying.
Jalexis Rice, girlfriend of Micaiah Washington, says this all started when her boyfriend and two others were changing a tire of the car they were driving. She says that's when the officer in the video pulled up, eventually putting her boyfriend in handcuffs and tasing him.
When I seen, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Following his arrest, Washington was booked into the Pickens County Jail on several charges. He has a bond of $500,000. In a statement, Reform's police chief and mayor said they're aware of the video and the police officer has been placed on administrative leave. However, people attending Monday's rally say they want more done.
She needs to be fired, and I feel like she can leave and go somewhere else and do it if they don't hold her accountable.
So as you remember, George Floyd was handcuffed when Derek Chauvin put his knee on his neck. He wasn't fighting, he was handcuffed. These white supremacists in this police force, they're cowards. They always have been. They have to put a black man in handcuffs to do something to him. You understand what I'm saying? So just like George Floyd was handcuffed, this brother is handcuffed. Handcuffed, he's on the car. He's not doing anything. He's talking, but he's not doing you anything. But now, since he's handcuffed, you put a taser on his back. Let me tell you something. That brother could have died just no different than George Floyd. When you put a taser on someone's back like that, and you do that, it can cause cardiac arrest in a person. If they have a heart condition, for sure. If they have high blood pressure, very possibility. Right?
Bitch's ass.
This has happened to a lot of people. They do this mess and they get away with it. Now, black people in the last election.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target. You can drop prices automatically. I can show you how.
Get off of there.
Came out there to vote for the Democrat Party to prevent that kind of video from happening. But when the Democrats got in office, They did not deliver on any kind of police reform. I don't want to hear no excuse about no Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. I don't want to hear no excuse about the Republicans. You said to get you in there, and if you get in there, you would do police reform. But then when you got in there, what did you do? An Asian hate crime bill. That's what you did.
Exactly.
Not police reform to stop things like this from happening. See, we had an anti-Black hate crime bill. That video that we saw from the news that's out on social media, we wouldn't be seeing this video too much because it would give Kristen Clark in the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice a lot of leeway to go after that cop. You understand what I'm saying? But since the Democrats did not do what they said they were supposed to do to get all y'all, let me tell you something. The Democrats, and why I'm so turned up on the Democrats is because they lied to my people. My people came out in a global pandemic in record numbers to go out and vote Joe Biden and the Democrats. Then it wasn't just them. People like Boulay Martin every day was on his program telling Black people that you just got to come out there and vote Democrats and vote for Joe Biden so you can get police reform so he can prevent a George Floyd from happening. That man was saying that every day on his platform. Every day he was. All this stuff that's happening to the Democrats, Boulay Martin is just as guilty as they are. Because every day he was telling y'all, go out there and vote for those people. And I talk about him the most because he got the biggest mouth out of all of them. So I'm always going to be targeting him more than all of them. But he's their representative. So that's why I come at him more than any other group. Of Shields. Every freaking day. And he's still telling y'all, come out there and vote for the Democrat Party. Even after y'all watch the Democrat Party be hostile to Black America. Watching the Democrat Party getting upset with you for saying, hey, where's my resources, man? Look, y'all giving all my resources to people that just come across the border. What the hell is that about? You understand what I'm saying? Brandon Johnson upset because Black folks is calling him to the carpet. Trying to lie and call them right-wing extremists when Black folks is not part of no right wing at all.
Recall the bastard. Facts. You're right.
They have voted Democrat over half a century. The Black people that vote Republican is very small in number, and most of them are people in the business community.
It's been 60 years, Dr. Phil.
So it is
years, Dr. Phil. Don't mean to correct.
Brandon Johnson call Black folks right-wing extremists. Or saying right-wing extremists is the reason. No, sir, you're a failure. Just call it what it is. It's not right-wing extremists, it's you. You are in charge of the city of Chicago, and you're failing.
Big time.
But Black folks and Democrats do not want us protected.
MIA.
They don't. And you have to understand, you have a group of Black folks. I thought about this. I was in the store doing a little shopping, and we are the only group of people in America that is so screwed up in every which way. Let's think about it. I look at other groups.
You right about that, Dr.
Even though I know other groups didn't go through what we went through, and that's true. But one thing I don't see other groups doing to themselves is sabotaging themselves. I'm not talking about the average human being sabotage. You know how people are jealousy, haters, XYZ. Everybody got that in their group. But I'm talking about political sabotage. Because there would be one thing if the Democrats was doing things to us. That'd be one thing. It'll be one thing if the Republicans were doing things to us. White supremacy, whatever. But the problem that we have as a people is that we have a group of people who went to college, who joins the Divine Nine Boulay. They go join them. They feel like they show up here because they in this Divine Nine. Oh, I'm the Divine Nine. Right. Ooh, I get to go sit with the Democrats. And they sell us out. See, that's what the Hispanic community don't have to deal with.
This is why
a divine nine selling out the Hispanic community politically. The Hispanic community is fighting for the Hispanic community. I watch all of them. I just don't watch what we do.
Right.
I watch all of them.
Mad at them.
Right.
They are on code with each other, and they should be.
Yeah, same thing.
Look at the AAPI community. They don't have no divine nine talking about a boule, trying to get little trinkets for themselves and selling out the rest of their group. The Asian community work together politically so they can get an anti-Asian hate bill. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they got a sense of
You look at East Indians, they sticking together in their groups and fighting for their people. Look at the Muslims. The Muslims are on code with each other. They just come up with a campaign, abandon Biden. Because they are on code about what's happening in the other part of the world. Not mad with them. That's what they supposed to be doing. But look at our group. We got only a small amount of people that's on code. A lot of us are waking up. But you know what? We got a problem. We got a problem in this Black American community. We got a problem.
And this is why
and that's been our problem ever since our existence in a planet Earth. We have this sellout gene that's in our community that we won't root out. We know it's there. We may call it out here and there, but we won't root it out once and for all. We cannot progress with a sellout gene like that. The Democrats couldn't do what they do to us without those sellouts selling us down the river. The CBC, nothing but sellouts. And they in the Divine Nine too.
Exactly.
That's why when I see any of them talking about they in a Divine Nine, I'm turned off by them. I don't want to talk. Listen, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but at this stage in the game with me, every time I look up, some sellout that's a politician is in some Divine Nine or some Divine Nine person telling me about some Democrat and selling us down the road.
They're laying on them.
Yes, I'm telling y'all that. And all you Divine Nine people, bring it. I don't care. Because you don't show me no good works that you have done for the Black American community.
None.
I'm for the people. I'm not for no upper echelons and going to luncheons with y'all. For what? What are we doing at some luncheon? The people are suffering, man. Y'all have all this access. Y'all up there taking pictures with Kamala. What if y'all were really doing the work of the Black community and had access to go talk to Kamala or?
Hey there, real quick. I'm Steve Fisher, and I'm here to tell you about a great event from the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. We're hosting a 100% free self-defense workshop in your city.
Or Biden or the Democrats and told them, hey, my people are suffering. Hey, what's up with all this immigration coming in here? You bringing all these people to Chicago. You bringing them to New York. My Black American community don't even have the resources. The Black homeless is sleeping on trains. While y'all got Brandon Johnson trying to give all these resources, what's going on? See, if we really had a representation in a CBC, or even people like Boule Martin that's excited about taking pictures everywhere he go when he up there with Kamala, what if he would actually be about the business of Black folk and actually went and told what's going on with Black folk, but they probably wouldn't invite him up there no more because they don't want a Black person up there telling them the real. But see, we had a code. They wouldn't invite none of us. Al Sharpton going up there taking photos at the doggone White House. He not telling the real what's happening to Black folk. That's why we really can't progress as a people.
Harris, I'm quite sure a whole lot
we can talk about the Democrats, white supremacy, and everything else. These are the groups it's going to not only pass us, but leapfrog us and be so far down the road with their assistance, but so far down the road because they sticking together and they on code. They played us like a fiddle, played on our moral compass. to say, "Oh, we just like you and X, Y, Z," until they got ahead, and now they on code each other. And say, "Ha ha, forget y'all.
Yep.
I'm on this way. I'm worried about my people. I'm not worried with y'all." While some of us looking sad, like, "Oh, I thought I had a friend," and then in that process, you got other black folks that's selling us out.
Yep.
How could Black America win as a community when we have a CBC that's worthless? They're worthless. They do nothing for Black America. They don't fight for us. They do not.
I mean,
they don't even talk to Black Americans and say, what is our marching orders? They don't.
No, they don't.
The reason why we in this situation is because of those sellouts, and that's why we don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
When it goes to that Asian hate crime bill, if we had a real congressional Black caucus,
right,
all of them would have stood up and said, "Hey, that's fine, but we need the Black American community added to that bill too." Mm-hmm. Because historically and by FBI statistics, Black American community has been the #1 victim of hate crime. So surely Black America is going to get on that bill.
Right.
And if you say no, that's fine. All of us in the Congressional Black Caucus is not going to vote for it. Even if it passed, it didn't pass through us. And then if it passed, the Congressional Black Caucus was supposed to come out and said, "Hey, we wanted Black Americans on that bill." All of them said no. All of them are racist because Black Americans need to be added to that bill, and they only want to protect that group and not Black America. And we call them foul on their racism. Yep. See, if we really had a Congressional Black Caucus, that's what would have happened. Mm-hmm. If we really had a Congressional Black Caucus, they'll be preaching about reparations. Yep. All of them.
All of them.
Not a few of them. All of them. They are completely worthless. That's why when I made my video about AIPAC going after the squad, I'm like, AIPAC, do your thing. Yep. Go ahead and get them all. You know why I don't care about you getting them all? What are they doing for Black people?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. So I have no problem with AIPAC getting them. Go ahead. I'm cool. I hope AIPAC get all the CBC if they want to. I applaud them. I support AIPAC doing it. They don't do a freaking thing for Black people.
Right.
That video should not have even been happening. Mm-mm. But see, if this was happening to any other community, they'd have been on code and made sure of it.
Yep.
But not this community. That's why I get so sick and tired of a lot of things that go on in this Black American community. I get tired of it.
That's why we
and sometimes I understand what Christ talked about. Well, how long I'm going to be with you? He was just tired of it. Mm-hmm. Tired of the lack of faith. I get why. Mm-hmm. Tired of the excuses. Mm-hmm. Tired of the backbiting. Tired of selling out. Mm-hmm. I understand why. I get tired constantly because I'm sitting up there watching these people sell out the Black American community all the time.
All the time.
They talk down on the Black American community.
They do.
You're so dumb. You're so stupid. Cussing you out. You got people that support that, that applaud that. They think that's a good thing, what they do and say about other Black people.
Yeah, that's really sad.
That's what annoys me.
And this is why
you cannot get ahead with someone sabotaging you.
Right.
That's like you having a gallon of water and someone poke a hole in your gallon of water. And your gallon of water is keep on dripping. Mm-hmm. And you filling it back up, but it's dripping. That is what happens in our community. Yep. We can't fill up a gallon because you got these sellouts like Boulay Martin, the CBC, and all them other Black folks poke a hole in your gallon. Right. Or Black folks trying to do something. They be the first one to tell the folks, hey, they over there doing it. Hey, they over there doing this. Hey, they talking like this. So talk to them like this so they won't be so mad at you.
Charles Barkley.
Say these words to them so they think you're on your side. See, they the one tell them the words to say to Black folks to get you to calm down. Mm-hmm. They are the ones that teach them how to deceive you. You understand? Because call it what it is. The folks, no matter what side they come from, they don't know how to talk to us like that. They really don't. Mm-hmm. Where do you think they get all that from? What to say, how to say it. The folks get it from them.
He whispered it.
Yeah.
You understand?
They the ones doing it.
That's why in Haiti in 1804, before they went after the French, the first thing they did was went after the sellouts.
Yep.
Why?
Exactly.
Why the great wisdom of the Haitians? Why they went after the sellouts first?
Because they know that there was
because if they went after the French first, they would have lost. Because all those sellouts would have told the French, "Hey, they doing this, and the third, and you better watch yourself." And then they would have been defeated. But they say, no. We got a sellout problem.
Right.
Let's deal with the sellouts first. Then we'll go after the French. And the sellout problem today is worse than what it ever has been in society. It's worse.
Right. Yeah,
and it's our fault. It's our community's fault. We'd rather get mad at somebody about who they dating more so than a sellout.
I bet. We did it.
If we would get to have the same passion about who somebody date versus what these sellouts are doing,
what the hell is that?
I can care less what somebody date, as long as they ain't not harming the community with it. But the sellout deceiving you, Boule Martin every day is trying to deceive you to go out and vote for Democrats. Every day. And he know good and well the Democrats don't do nothing for black people. But see, they keep him papered up. So it's his job to keep you out there deceived, fear mongering, all of that. That's his job. He has no morals.
None.
Because I could not sit there.
Oops. But that's ass. Oh my God.
And just say, you know what? I'm going to get on this microphone and try to deceive you so I can get money. I couldn't sleep at night like that, knowing that I'm purposely deceiving you. I'm purposely these filthy rap. You understand?
Not fancy pantsy.
That's why in Haiti in 1804, before they went after the French, the first thing they did was went after the sellouts.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
Why the great wisdom of the Haitians? Why they went after the sellouts first? Because if they went after the French first, they would have lost. Because all those sellouts would have told the French, "Hey, they doing this, and the third, and you better watch yourself."
Right.
And then they would have been defeated. But they say, no. Yeah. We got a sellout problem. Let's deal with the sellouts first. Then we'll go after the French.
No.
And the sellout problem today is worse than what it ever has been in society. It's worse. And it's our fault. It's our community's fault. We'd rather get mad at somebody about who they date more so than a sellout.
Yeah.
If we would get to have the same passion about who somebody date versus what these sellouts are doing, I can care less what somebody date, as long as they ain't not harming the community with it.
Right.
But the sellouts deceiving you, Boule Martin every day is trying to deceive you to go out and vote for Democrats. Every day. And he know good and well the Democrats don't do nothing for black people. But see, they keep him papered up.
He's not doing nothing for
so it's his job to keep you out there deceived, fear mongering, all of that. That's his job. He has no morals.
None.
Because I could not sit there and just say, you know what? I'm going to get on this microphone and try to deceive you so I can get money. I couldn't sleep at night like that.
Right.
Knowing that I'm purposely deceiving you. I'm purposely being used as an agent of the devil, because if you are lying, you're speaking with the voice of Satan.
Agent of the devil.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do that to nobody. Not even my people. I couldn't do that to nobody. All the cussing and talking down to black people, but you're supposed to be so educated. You're supposed to be so educated, but that's the only words you know how to use. At least if you're so educated, pick some words in the English language you don't know to cuss us out. Since you're so educated, right? You know what? I can't stand to hear educated person, so-called educated person cuss. I can't stand it. You were set up there in that school all that time to get a so-called degree, and that's the only words you know. Man, teachers are all something since you're so smart. talk to us in a way like, wow, man, shoot, let me go research that word he just said or she just said. You know what I'm saying? They nothing but plantation mammies and plantation sambos. That's all they are.
Understand.
Yep.
But videos like this just get me bothered, man. It just get me aggravated just with the whole thing.
Understand. Then you bring them along. See,
it gets me more in that. Man, I'm ready to get it. Go to Africa mode. I get in that mode because I just get so sick and tired of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a sabotage. I'm telling y'all, if we would, as a community, deal with these sellouts, politically, and I'm gonna repeat that again, politically.
Mm-hmm.
How we deal with the sellouts politically, we vote them all out. We put in a brother or sister that's about the business and vote them all out.
Yep.
Right? If you are in your area, I told all of you that listen to me need to be registered to vote. I told you that. I told you all of you need a driver's license. All of you need that. And all of you need a United States passport. Don't be sitting here listening to me talk and you don't have all three of them when that's what I advocate for anybody listening to me.
Yeah.
If you register to vote and you know a Cory Booker or Maxine Waters, anybody else, you can get your behind out there and say, look, I'm voting for somebody else to get them out of there. Listen, it's a time to sit it out. It is. Retired. Yeah. And it is a time to get your behind up and say, I'm going to go out there and get them out.
Auntie, that's all I got to say.
Oh, no, Maxine can't be in here no more. She got to go.
Yeah, she did her time. Yeah, Maxine did her time.
She need to retire. She got to go. Clyburn, he need to go.
Yeah.
Oh, Clyburn.
I say all of them in the CBC got to go. I mean, all.
Yeah, the whole damn congressional black caucus needs to
group of people.
In fact,
that's
the congressional black
not
caucus.
Blue. That's what we need.
Right.
I'm telling you, if y'all don't fix this issue as a community, and you don't need no permission from nobody.
No.
Boule Martin, he's not hard to deal with. He's really not. How you deal with Boule Martin? You just press him. Mm-hmm. You just press him. You challenge him. He goes to events. You just challenge him. No different y'all doing Clyburn. When Clyburn was showing up in events, y'all was challenging Clyburn. Y'all pressing it. Boule Martin can't deal with being pressed. He really can't. He can't stand it. Mm-mm. So he's really not that big of a deal to deal with. My issue is he's deceiving people. And that's really my biggest issue. So we have to, in on this side, be a counter voice and to just go ask questions about why aren't you talking about immigration, sir? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you talking about how the immigration?
Fuck these commercials. They ain't paying us. Fuck these commercials. They make
harming Black America. He never addresses that, but they say he got immigrant background. So I understand that.
Yeah, you have it.
But don't y'all let him deceive y'all, because his checks come through this deception of you.
Your holiday season.
What happened to that brother should not have happened.
I'm getting a lump of coal.
Should have had the anti-Black hate crime bill.
Right, I get this. Yeah, they get.
And that's just got me just so fired up when I saw that video. And we know our brothers and sisters in Chicago got a great energy going. And that energy for our brothers and sisters in Chicago need to be spreading nationwide.
Right.
To all Black America.
Yes.
If you care about your future, what about our children's future?
Right.
You know, I was talking to an elder today. Great conversation with one of the elders, great sister. And she kept saying that, what about our children? What about our grandchildren? Like, well, are we going to leave them messed off? Is that what we going to do? Willingly do it?
Well, that's what's happening, Dr.
Sure.
Phil. That's what's happening.
You know, I think like this. I'm not a person that think like, oh, well, all my children good. I'm whatever. I think about, well, what about people's children that listening to me right now? What about their children? What about their grandchildren? My children gonna live in a world with them. You know what I'm saying? I want my people to be good. Sure, I can just do things to make sure I'm good and my family's good. But no, I just think that We all need to be good. I want us all good.
That's what I want too, Uncle Phil.
You know, our future hang in the balance.
I'm still on vacation.
The Democrats are weaponized against Black America. And I saw a number today that says that in 2024, they have 34.2 million eligible Hispanic voters. I said, oh, that's why Democrats are doing what they're doing. Because they want to use the Hispanic vote to replace the Black vote. When we talked about it, but once I seen the number, I said, okay. Because there's actually more Hispanic people in this country now than even Black folk. Way more. But not all of them are eligible to vote. You know what I'm saying? So they want that group to be used.
Shout out to Isabel.
Get rid of the Black vote.
Tapping in, Sister Isabel.
We didn't need a vote to get civil rights.
Exactly. No,
we didn't need a vote to get off the plantation. Everything that we ever done as a people, we never voted 5
years ago.
So I don't care what voters you bring in this country. We are the originators of civil rights. We are the originators of the fight.
Yep.
We are the only group that has proven the test of time.
Yep.
Of everything that's been thrown at us.
Everything.
And we are still here fighting. But even though you're fighting, we gotta get rid of people who is politically selling us out.
Yep.
We got to get rid of these mindsets like these people coming around here talking about they're your leaders. No. If you don't come from the soil and nobody know you, don't know where you come from, no, you can't be nothing.
Right.
Exactly. Show
that video that brother right there should not have happened. And part of it, yes, it's the Democrats.
Yep.
But some of it's our fault because we haven't dealt with our sellouts.
Yep.
No, he's right.
We can't just talk about Biden. We got to talk about the CBC.
Yeah.
Your local leaders in your city. What have they been doing for Black people?
Not a damn thing.
What have they been doing? Because from what I see,
us down to
even in Houston,
placating to the white man.
The same Democrats that you got in Washington, it's the same Democrat mindset even in Houston.
Yep.
The same mindset. But it's going to be on us to fix that. If we don't fix it, then it's going to get to a point you're going to say, okay, well, shoot. The community on its own, you got to think about yourself and your family. I told y'all. Because you can't let people refusing to deal with our issues and problems take down you personally and your family personally.
Right.
But there's more and more people every day waking up to the truth. Waking up.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we got to deal with the Congressional Black Caucus.
Yep.
We got to deal with all these shields.
Yep.
Like Boulay Martin.
Yep.
We got to deal with these people. Because they've been selling us out for way too
long, Uncle Phil.
Way too long.
Yeah.
The Black preacher sold us out.
Yep.
Way long time ago. And how you deal with the Black preacher, the shields, you delegitimize them.
Yep.
Once they delegitimize, they're no good for even white supremacy on the left. It's very easy to delegitimize those kind of people.
Right.
You shout them down. You don't pay attention to them. You turn them into clowns.
Yeah.
Once they looked at as clowns,
like
everybody laughing at what they say.
Yeah.
Don't respect nothing they
Like
say.
Jesse
Nobody that got sense or prominence when even engage with them.
And Al Sharpton,
They clowns.
And
Then it takes
Jackson
them.
and
We
Mr.
listen. We can
Sharpton, you are
delegitimize
welcome
anybody
to
we
call
want
in.
to in this community. You know we can do. We've done it before.
Five man. What
That's
the
how
hell
you
was
deal
our
with the
number?
preachers and the shields. You just delegitimize.
No, wait.
I know.
But are you willing to
That is great.
take your community back? Because you got to take your community back first.
Celia Jackson Lee lost.
We can talk about the Democrats and what they're not doing.
Good.
But until we take our whole community back, like dealing with the sellouts, voting them out, delegitimizing them.
Yeah.
Until we take our community back, we can't really deal with the Democrats for real like that. Because you always have a sellout willing to undermine us. Now, some people say, oh, well, what about the black immigrants? No, they're not an issue. Our biggest issue is actually within our own group. Yep. Sure, do you have a few black immigrants in that bunch? Yeah. But the majority is in our own group. Those that are selling us out.
Yeah, well,
you gotta let them know you're going into 2024. It's gonna be a new day.
We have created.
We're calling you out. We're calling you out, and we're gonna vote you out and just delegitimize you. That's
and Brother Che, if you could put the hashtag resurrection.
Y'all know who's running for who?
Dead up there.
And y'all who's smart enough, who got the message, step up out there and say, "Hey, I'm running," and get the people behind you locally. If you know an election is coming up. And definitely 2 years before the election, you need to be out there campaigning hard and getting with the young people.
That's about right.
That's your best bet. But let's see what's going to happen with this particular case. But I'm just sick of the selling out, man. I'm sick of it. I don't see how you sit up there and listen to somebody trying to deceive you all the time. Like, I guess, when you know somebody's trying to deceive you, when you hear the BS, it's like, I can't stomach it, right? But unfortunately, you got some people who can't see it. Some people feel, people like Boule Martin is a decent brother. Believe it or not, to me, he's not decent.
But the motherfucker's in need of resurrection.
Because as I say earlier, he's deceiving my people.
Dead motherfuckers that he's talking about.
That's not cool. Just like these filthy rappers putting out all that filth on the airwaves and getting a check out of it. I don't support them either.
No.
Right.
There's a whole lot of things you could be talking about. You ain't got to talk down on black people, harming black people, talking down on black women. You ain't got to do all that.
Exactly.
To make a record.
They could change the Queen Mother told us that. They could change the lyrics on.
And we don't clean it up. Don't sit up here and complain about these other groups and pass you. Because trust me, they're going to pass you quickly if we don't deal with our issues and problems.
Family and fellow soldiers, I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth.
All right, Shabaka, what are your thoughts on what Uncle Phil just said about the immigrants?
Everything that Uncle Phil said right there, he is absolutely correct. And that was resurrection of the mental dead of what he described right there to the utmost. It was sharp. It was precisely on point. That is exactly what the fucking problem is. It's because these goddamn sorry black ass politicians sell us down the tubes every fucking time. From Uncle Tom Bradley to this asshole that you got in Chicago right now. And I'm glad Sheila Jackson Lee lost by a landslide. Maybe that sends a message. You say it's because Houston is a black town. So what you means is that the black community lost faith in her. So that's sending a message right there. Is that you sell out sorry ass black ass politicians are not gonna keep bumping our heads like we some damn punks, and you pissing on our heads telling us it's rain, and you sitting up there worried about every fucking body else except your own people. And this is why I say fuck Jesse Jackson. I put it up on my wall. When I saw Jesse Jackson as a kid in 1972 at Watts Stack, you saw that shit that he was talking. Look at that bastard right now. You see what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna talk about that fat ass blob of shit, Al Sharpton. Looking like a damn monk. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
Somebody have to call him a leader.
Yeah, man, he don't. What? A leader?
Yeah, somebody.
Man, that trick don't lead shit. He don't lead nothing. And his Uncle Phil was saying right here, Dr. Phil was saying right here, man. See, the problem is these sorry sellout black ass politicians.
Twin is getting everything you're saying, Shabaki.
No, yeah, but it's the truth, man. I'm talking about I witnessed this bullshit in my whole lifetime, Brother Chuck.
Yep.
You know, everybody was outvote, man, in the 70s, voting for black politicians. Then here come old Obama announcing that he's running for the presidency of the United States when he was the senator of Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Go in front of the Illinois State House down there in Springfield, Illinois. I'm running for president of the United States, I laughed at the nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously. When he said that, I laughed at him. Then I saw the cat get momentum. Then I saw him get. Then he fucked around and got elected. Then he goes to your neck of the woods. Change we could believe it. And what the kind of change that this motherfucker come up with? Goddamn police murdering us. Mario Woods case going down there in Cop Mall's neighborhood when she was the attorney general while she was flat backing on for her political career. You see what I'm saying?
As a South Asian,
I could do.
As a South
there
Asian,
ain't nothing I could do. And I'm going here with this alphabetized agenda. You know what I'm saying? Another nigga gets killed. Oh, well, AGBTQHI. Boom, 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 boom. Another police killer. ABCDEFG. Another brother gets killed by the police. Mr. Castile gets murdered. Mr. Castile gets murdered on TV. And Sister Dime and her hearts go out there too because I saw the live feed that she put out there after Mr. Castile was shot. You know, and
that was
she
my
has
homeboy's cousin. That was his cousin.
Oh man. Okay, just like with the Paul Childs case there in Denver. You see what I'm saying? And then
one of my childhood friends.
Yeah, and then I remember Diamond Reynolds got out there when she went to the court, man. She came out of the court crying. She says, "Where you black man at?"
Say something.
I got shit to say. I'm just like,
go ahead, Lady Che. What are your thoughts on the subject?
About what?
About we told you so, you Democrats.
Man, I can't believe we're talking about it this far along. Like, we've been talking about this same shit for like 3 years. Nothing's changed.
And they lied. They said they was going to do police reform.
Exactly.
What? I mean,
exactly.
Let's just say it like this. Look, if you really thought they were going to do police reform, you should slap the shit out of yourself. Because anything you've ever done wrong in your life, and somebody knows about it, you are always going to be that negative. If you are a drug dealer, use a drug dealer for the rest of your motherfucking life. It don't matter what the fuck you do to change it. They're always going to see you as such and such. So they talk about reform. It's just like a make-believe word, like all these other words that they use. And they put it in word salad and they put it as whereas, and anything that whereas is it's like language just for you to continue to look like shit. You ain't gonna be shit. They think you shit. That's why they don't ask us shit. And then they create these fucking weird ass polls that don't, nobody asked us.
Right.
Like we see this in our own neighborhood when they shut down shit. Yeah. They talk about we did a survey. We asked the people in the neighborhood. Well,
just the homeowners. They only hit the homeowners up.
They asked the white people. And the white people.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? So it's
that's just it though, Lady Chase. See, they take us for granted. See, this is where they take us for granted at. You see what I'm saying? And this is why we have the hashtag out here, resurrection of the mental dead, because see, the majority of black voters and black politicians, and no disrespect to our people, and if it applies to me too, shit, then let your back know, well, hey, it applies to yours too. We're mentally dead people on a collective basis. Not us individually, but on a collective basis. This is why we got the hashtag out there, resurrection of the mental dead. And look at the great legacy of where we come from, black man and woman. All these other motherfuckers out here, as much as they hate us, they still want to fuck our women, and they still want to go out there and try to get a sundae.
Yeah.
Yeah. And them is some hard, cold truths. You see what I'm saying? And then all you Yaka bosses come out here. Oh, this is progress. This is progress. Hey, brother, check. Do you have the resurrection of the mental dead video readily available, sir?
Readily available? No.
I think that's gonna be the theme of the night.
Okay, well, but the next time, man, we come up here, man, pull that brother up there, man. You know, the video is about 7-8 years old.
Yeah.
This brother looks like a ghost, and I don't know this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw a dude's video twice, man, and each time I listen to it, man, it's happy. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about, Brother Che.
Yeah. But moving along.
Yeah, sure.
Again, we told you so. This is just confirmation of we told you so. Going all the way back to Mile High News, we told you so. And we have no remorse. We have no pity for you. You have biting remorse.
No, we can't.
We tried to warn you.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did try to warn you.
We said it for Joe. That two-party system gonna collapse. We really hoped it burned in hell, rest in shit. Who cares? Oh, everybody pee on your face. It's going down the motherfucking fuck that two-party system.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years.
I don't know what's happening with you.
Lady tell you get no argument for me.
Friends, don't let the fucking good door hit you on the way out. Man, if I could tell Jesus we said hi, peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That two-party system is coming down in a cold way. And if you didn't believe it, we've been saying it, and now they should be showing it. And just on general principle, because nobody asked black people, real black people, what they think, it's going down faster than they can see it coming. You know what I mean? That's on general principle. You're welcome.
And there's nothing their shells can do about it.
No, except eat 2 fat dishes. How about that? Here's real shit.
Yeah. And then when you get these Jeff Fart individuals, these Tommy Sotomayor, these Larry Elders, these Leo Terrells, these Brandon Johnsons, these Eric Adams. I mean, these are bombs. Okay, these are highly educated bombs. Yeah, these are bombs, okay? And what do I mean by bombs? Is because they are not serving no type of purpose for the black community. But yet, though, you coming up to us, panhandling for our votes every 2 fucking years. So you are panhandling bomb. Is what you do to us, black politicians.
Oh my God!
You ain't no different.
Hold on, Shabaka.
Okay, and then just like and then is.
Shabaka, let Lady Che go. We don't get that much time to talk. Go ahead, Lady Che.
Go ahead.
Fucking ratchet shit with Trina and that old motherfucking weird ass transgender motherfucking Cabbage Patch Kid. When the pleather dipping it low and shit.
Oh my God.
That ratchet ass song.
Oh. No vote and no bucking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Roland Martin was the one that introduced us to that shit.
And then prior to that, get your soul, get your booty to the polls.
Booty to the polls. He threw up that juvenile jam. You know what I mean?
Backs that thing up.
Oh my yeah.
I mean,
so with all that countermandering.
Our souls are like in direct line of fire of that motherfucker's shenanigans. You know what I mean? They're shooting them fucking ratchet ass voting and vaccine motherfucking commercials and songs at us.
They got the new commercial for the goddamn Novavax. Talking about spike. Spike. You're supposed to spike that thing up. I was like, oh hell no. That's what they said.
They got
I remember that, brother Chuck, when they had Cuban out there. Yeah, backs that thing up. Yeah, they was up there. Yeah. And then when the junk had the Surgeon General who was black, he had him up there, man, advocating that. Yeah, and you remember under the dump regime that they had the black Surgeon General?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So they even had him, and he was the one who came up with that bullshit about, well, we need to have the rap people make some jingles, to go get the vaccine and all that.
That's real sucker shit right there.
Yeah, because we were questioning it, and we still.
No, you're right. That's exactly what that was. That was straight sucker shit.
That's not even a question. They got tokenized to push a message of propaganda on us.
Remember, they tried to tell us we were spreading misinformation.
Hell no. You didn't see us to get vaxxed.
Yeah, they up there telling us we fake news. You know what I'm saying?
That's not no commercial.
And you remember what they
putting disclosures up.
You didn't see us in the
and you remember when they used to tear down our posts?
They put us on strike for that shit. We got 2 strikes behind that shit.
Yeah.
We were spreading misinformation about C-19, and we were stupid.
Yeah, we were stupid. We
and said that we were spreading fake news.
Yeah. We thought we knocked on the door and they kept his hands.
Oh, with the ambassadors. Yeah. The ambassadors never came. Or that was just a trial. Yeah. They'll be back in 2025.
Hey, look, I told them that they knocked on the door with the clipboard. They were going to catch his ass. And the shots in the ass.
No, because see, they was trying to do that stuff out there in Santa Clara County. They said it was going to do it first in Santa Clara County. And a lot of the people out there in Santa Clara County and in the state says, well, you come knocking on my door with that bullshit, we're going to send you on your way. They say, and it wasn't going to be nothing nice.
What the hell?
Oh, I think they just caught that in New York,
Yeah, New York, right?
Yeah, that was on the Giuliani's. Or no, that was on the Blasio.
Yeah, the Blasio,
yeah. Mayor de Blasio.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go round them up at the house.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, that they was gonna come out there and then they was gonna have the feds knocking on your door, and that if you don't do this here, is that we're gonna lock you up, man. National security, blah 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 blah. See, but this is what happens, people. When folks get their head out their asses, you see what I'm saying? Like I said, just like what Brother Phil said right there.
I said,
See, that's resurrection of the mental dead right there.
Well, no, we don't know what to do.
Would you like to get the shot? No.
I'll tell you. I was like, don't take you. No, hell no.
But you know, this is what I'm rapping, so no.
I ain't trying to
go on it. No.
They don't know what to do to black people. It's against my religion.
They don't even ask no
it's
more.
It's against my racial general makeup. My DNA said no.
Now look like don't even attempt to ask me.
My genetics said hell no. How many times?
That's why you keep
more times than one.
And that's why, but still though, even like the referee says. Take yourself at all times.
The whole time. Yeah, so they just decided person. I was like, hell to the no. My genetics said no. My DNA said fuck no.
we remember what Brother Aziz said. Oh, and shout out to Brother Aziz. Get well soon, brother.
Brother Aziz.
Yeah, we need Brother Aziz,
And shame on you fools that are trying to go at him. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
And then they're welcome to call in too. But what it is that they don't want to be bothered with this heat. No, because they can't take this heat. They can't take this heat. And we ain't clowning on, and man, we ain't clowning on people simply because they don't know better. If anything, we feel sorry for them.
Right.
But we ain't going for it. Okay.
So there's a number for all you haters.
Yeah, most definitely. You see? And we love you. We don't want to see you going out like suckers. Just like what Dr. Phil said right here. His brother Phil said. See, they playing us for suckers. You see what I'm saying? Straight out.
And enough
we don't control nothing. We lost our
from any of these politicians that are seeking your vote.
Yes, sir. You see? And they come to us with all this prepackaged garbage and BS. You see what I mean?
God damn it, Shabbat.
Turn off the camera, Shabbat.
The boss we sick,
Yeah, the yes boss syndrome. Yes, boss.
Yeah. See,
You want me to tap shoot?
They selling us down the tube.
Later for that bullshit.
And then we went to the deal.
What are you doing?
I'm making I'm making Kool-Aid and getting some.
Carry on.
Yeah.
He was making
some.
I'm like, I know I hear water.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What in the restaurant?
It sounded like he was in the bathroom.
Jesse.
Yeah.
We're the most.
So the next topic, Lady Che, is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh my God! Did we cover this last?
Oh
week?
yeah.
Yes, we have an update.
Yeah.
His book is flip
Yeah,
flop.
that fool knew what he was doing.
His book Acquitted is flip flopping.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listening to none of that BS they talking about.
And nobody else either. That's why his book is.
He was out trying to protect property. No, he wasn't. He was going out there.
That's why his book is flopping.
He's looking for people to kill. Cross state line. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't cross state line with a weapon, underage, knew what he was doing. Just like out here in Las Vegas, that fool who went up there and checked into the Mirage, killing people.
Therapy dogs.
Or something like that.
Hold on, check this out, Shabaki. He got a goddamn
Watch live TV
dog.
like cable with YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
This motherfucker that killed
Remember
somebody
when we
got a
first
therapy
met?
dog.
It was at recess. You shared those cookies. That's when I knew.
Oh, no. That is sad indeed.
Oh, when you throw the money at me,
Shout out Lisa Cabrera. Again, no, this is about the therapy dog. And that's one that's Professor Black Truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Rittenhouse, he's doing interviews for the new book, Acquitted. And he said the dog is his therapy dog.
What is that?
Now, I heard of an emotional support dog, but these people be taking it to another level. They'll have an emotional support octopus, an emotional support porcupine. They call anything emotional support. An emotional support rhinoceros out there in the Serengeti of Africa. I mean, these people are that crazy. Okay. And plus, I didn't know dogs give the therapy sections, but then in his case, that dog might be the best thing for him. But a lot of people are upset at Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, in a sense, I feel sorry for that poor dog. So Kyle Rittenhouse using therapy dog sparks fury.
You just wanted to
Kyle
bring
Rittenhouse has been mocked for bringing his therapy dog to a TV interview. Rittenhouse 20 rose to prominence when he was involved in murder of a 36-year-old Joseph Rosenbaum.
Sorry for what?
And 26-year-old Anthony
He got away with it. And he got paid.
At a Black Lives Matter protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Be a liar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's being sued too, you know. He's being sued.
Oh, that's good. He's being sued.
He argued he used the gun in self-defense and he was acquitted of charges for first-degree intentional homicide, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree reckless homicide, and 2 charges of first-degree reckless endangering safety. So now he's coming out with a book, and I believe the book is out now. It's called Acquitted. I can see they put a lot of thought in that title, y'all. They really did. They sat and brainstormed and put a lot of thought and arm muscle into that title.
What a whack, man.
Okay.
Just been judging me on
so he's out there promoting this new book with his therapy dog on TV. So it's a golden retriever, and he said the dog is there to support his PTSD.
Oh my God!
From what?
PTSD.
For what? He did what he wanted to do.
I want to first introduce your dog Milo.
Oh
the
my
dog's
God.
name is Milo.
That's what you named your dog. The dog's more traumatized.
Okay.
Oh my God!
I think it's important that we bring Milo on the set with us.
Oh, whiny ass white
We don't normally have dogs on the set with us, except for my little dogs on Puppy Friday. But we have Milo because you dedicated the book to him, so he dedicated Acquitted to a dog, okay?
What is he upset about?
And you not only dedicated the book to him, you have an entire chapter in your book about him.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that dog should be ashamed.
Y'all, I am not excited about a whole chapter in a book about a dog. But okay. Maybe this excites his supporters, you know? They may be excited. Oh, I can't wait to get to the chapter about Milo.
The dog.
So, and somebody who also really does benefit from a therapy
How hard is it to be a white man in
for
America?
some of the things that I went through on January 6th.
It's so hard.
I wanted to have him here with you.
I committed all kinds of crimes. It's so hard.
They get cracking up too.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the responses out on X were not good.
Good.
A lot of people did not like the fact that he's out there propping up this dog as a therapy dog.
I guess his mama gonna continue to take care of him.
So, so Kyle Rittenhouse launches. This was out on X. His book tour, accompanied by his PTSD therapy.
The weed too.
And here's some of the responses. Those poor dog parents, imagine the embarrassment of having to explain to your dog friends and neighbors that your puppy went to a college only to wind up being a therapy dog for a blubbering, murderous incel.
Right.
I can just girl talk.
Can you?
Oh my God.
Is okay out here? Hey, mama. Yeah, we like that. Yes, and slay.
One person wrote
real proud.
on X. Another said, "Can this saga get any more nauseating?"
Right.
And another person wrote, "I feel sorry for the dog." So Kyle Rittenhouse announced his book on social media on November 20th. 2 years ago today, accused of unjust charges, I heard not guilty 5 times over from the jury of my peers who heard the fact he told 1.1 million followers. My case split the nation into opposing sides fueled by emotions, politics, and misconceptions driven by the media and political figures. Today, I want you to learn the truth.
Chapter 1.
And know the real and honest version of my story without filters and an agenda.
Chapter 2. Why did he get a hamster?
And it should be considered animal abuse to have that asshole with the dog.
Where's Peter?
Where do I sign up?
So, as a 17-year-old, Rittenhouse had attended the protest in Kenosha, which was held after the shooting of Jacob Blacc, 29-year-old man that was paralyzed from the waist on down after being shot by a white police officer.
And keep in mind
And that was August of 2020.
Black people to shoot. You know
Huber's
this, right?
father, John Huber, filed a civil suit against Rittenhouse for wrongful death. And Gross Cruz sued Rittenhouse for emotional distress, humiliation, loss of enjoyment of life, and other pain and suffering. Joseph Rosenbaum's estate also filed a wrongful death case against Rittenhouse in August for compensatory and punitive damages. Rittenhouse has consistently maintained in the shooting of the men he was acting in self-defense and has said the lawsuits
killed 2 people.
have made his life difficult.
Be up here with goddamn support, dog.
You know.
So why does he get
Yeah.
How
but keep in mind, Rittenhouse is going to kill black people.
He needs money. So, you know, looking at the comments,
blew $2 million in less than 2
this
years.
is what it says. First thing you need to know is that the dog is not a therapy dog. It's probably an emotional support dog. That's what I said.
Oh my God! Here we go with the correction. It's just somebody fucking pet.
Those have no regulation standards, and anyone can call any animal an emotional support animal. A therapy dog is trained, tested,
the dog
and
looks
certified
molested.
with
He
their
probably
owner
is.
/
Speaking of
handler.
reality.
Poor
dog.
Ignorant, like it's done. It's done.
So,
you know,
wow.
You ain't talking about no real shit with that dog.
We'll see. I mean, his book has been out for a while. I don't even know where it ranks in the country.
I'm ready.
Now that's a book that needs to be banned.
Well,
the panties of Florida.
Y'all, you're gonna have to tell me
book,
what you think about this
shit.
one.
and you're governor
wow.
of Florida. I'm saying you wearing women's underwear. You're a transvestite.
Hit on the notification bell.
That's why I call you the panties.
Video.
Oh my gosh, all right, thank you, Lisa, for that.
That was fun.
Now the good professor.
Thank Lisa Cabrera. And you see people, as each year goes by, this shit gets more and more asinine.
Family and fellow soldiers.
Oh, the professor. What's up with him?
Yeah. Professor is going to give us his take on Kyle Rittenhouse's book, Flip Flopping.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth. Just take a look at this image of this inbred face, the face of evil and stupidity all rolled into one Neanderthal-looking package. For those of you who didn't know, Kyle Rittenhouse has actually written a book. I, for one, consider that to be amazing. This would make him the first person in human history to have written more books than he's read. But like everything else he's done in his life, this is also failing. His book is absolutely bombing. His collection of brain farts and asinine scribblings currently stands at 9,569 in the Kindle store sector as of Tuesday, and it also ranks 510 nonfiction in the Kindle store. So all he's accomplished is to embarrass himself. And by the way, for the idiots and the people who usually come in the comment section saying, "Why are we concerned about this? He didn't kill any black people." Hey, stupid. The entire reason that he went to Kenosha was precisely because he was looking to kill some black people. It's already well known. I did an entire video essay about it, which YouTube put behind an age gate. But you need to go ahead and educate yourself about the reason why he went to Kenosha. I'll touch on it briefly later in the video, but I have no patience for the people who are too stupid to understand when they're being targeted.
Right.
Now, why is Kyle Rittenhouse writing books, or at least pretending to? Well, it's not because he thinks anyone's interested in his life. He did it because he needs money. He and his lawyers were all but having double knockouts when it came to fighting over the legal defense money that he got during his campaign trial. And because there's no honor among sleaze, today he has nothing. Rittenhouse is broke. That's according to one of his lawyers. He has no money today. They claim that he's working somewhere, but if he's working, then he shouldn't be broke, should he? Well, I don't know what hole-in-the-wall diner he's working at, or perhaps if he's working cleaning the toilets in some sex dungeon somewhere. But he better put in some overtime because his book isn't going to be the moneymaker that he needs it to be. His life prospects are bleak after the mass shooting he committed, but then again, he didn't exactly have a bright future ahead of him to begin with. This guy definitely wasn't going to be going to college or MIT. This moron couldn't pass a taste test. There's no way in hell that he was going to be valedictorian anywhere. And if the story of a killer motivated by anti-black hatred who becomes a flash-in-the-pan hero to the white right only to immediately be abandoned by them the instant his usefulness was expended sounds familiar, it should. Rittenhouse wanted to be like his idol, George Zimmerman. And that's exactly how he's wound up. George Zimmerman is not only a murderer, but this animal is also broke too. He had to admit in court that he is millions of dollars in debt with no way to pay it. Well, that explains why that creep was suing everybody under the sun, filing one fraudulent lawsuit after the other. He sued NBC in 2014, falsely claiming defamation of character. That was clearly a lie. He would actually have had to have some character before anyone could defame it. Then in 2019, the bastard actually had the nerve to sue the parents of the child he killed. He was trying to do anything he could to delight the racists because he figured that would get some donations to come in, but it didn't. All he managed to do was to drag out his nuisance suit for 3 years before it was predictably thrown out. He also sued Senator Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg because his feelings were hurt by their Twitter tweets. That lawsuit was also thrown out. So the racist runt has been taking L after L after L. His life, if it can be called that, will be defined by having murdered a child. And he sees how much that's worth, even to the people who pretended to like him for it. He thought that the racists like Sean Hannity and the degenerates at Fox News who were giving him a pat on the back meant that they liked him, that he was their hero, when all he was merely a tool, a way for them to get some cheap laughs and some vile amusement before they move on to some other scumbag. They saw him as a useful idiot who they could prop up as a race killer who they would help to get away with it. Right. But while he escaped prison, his life has now become a living hell that he can't escape. These morons all operate out of the same playbook. Rittenhouse says that he also wants to sue the white media outlets for their reporting on him, but he'll wind up like Zimmerman. He'll generate plenty of billable hours for whatever poor shyster ambulance chaser he gets to represent him, assuming anyone is so desperate that they'll take him on as a client. But he'll waste years before he decides to throw in the towel and withdraw the case, or some judge gets tired of humoring his charade and throws the lawsuit out. So Rittenhouse has indeed walked in the footsteps of his putrid little idol. George Zimmerman's own attempts to try to make blood money off the killing he committed, selling paintings, has failed. His desperate attempts to win the lawsuit lottery have also failed. I suppose Zimmerman would have tried to write a book, except he's illiterate, and even if he wasn't, I'm pretty sure no publisher will accept a manuscript written in crayon. Just like Rittenhouse, the white right isn't returning Zimmerman's calls. They didn't even take pity on him or let him attend one of their asinine conventions because there's no more use to be had from him. Right. It's truly pitiful that killing a child was the only notable thing this animal has done in his entire life. See, Fox News was trying to hold the line for these race killers. That was their interest in holding Zimmerman up as some sort of idol. And for a minute, it looked like it was working, but then the dominoes began to fall. Daniel Holtzclaw, Michael Slager, Amber Geigers, Jason Van Dyke, Kim Potter, Derek Chauvin, the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery. Sean Hannity very quickly abandoned his little talking points that he had been using. No more would he say anything about so-and-so was overcharged or rushed to judgment. All of Hannity's talking points went down as the convictions began to pile up. Kyle Rittenhouse was seen as a confidence builder for the white right. After what had become years of taking it in the backside, they desperately wanted something, anything that they could point to and say, see, we can still kill people and get away with it. See, we're still in charge. See. And if they had to go with this chubby-faced hamster, they would because they didn't have any other wins. But just like Zimmerman, Rittenhouse is finding himself broke and desperately in need of cash. The same morons who gave him money for his court case aren't there now. We in the black media told you this is how it was going to play out. Sure, he was invited to one little political convention, but that don't pay the bills. Rittenhouse needs money, especially since a judge ruled that the civil suit against him by the family of one of his victims can proceed, and the family of the second man that he killed has also filed suit against him. And I, for one, would consider it to be poetically ironic if the families of the men that he killed in a civil case managed to get the rights to his so-called book taken away from him. You know, like what happened to O.J. Simpson. If that occurred, I can imagine the families of the men that he killed renaming the book with something far more accurate than what he had put in there. That would be cute, wouldn't it? So Rittenhouse will find himself back in court again soon, only this time he won't have any money for a lawyer and no Fox News to fundraise for him or cheerlead for him. But even if they did, no one would care. He was so desperate to be a hero to the white right, and he figured because he had killed 2 people in the name of white power, then they would take care of him. But they're not. The racists just wanted to be able to say that they won one battle, and soon as the verdict came in, they were done with him. Besides, these racists have run out of state mental health disability checks anyway, so they don't have what it takes to support him anymore. His pals at Fox News aren't even mentioning him. He's been abandoned by all the bigots who pretended to cheer him on. White supremacy doesn't know the meaning of loyalty. It only knows the meaning of hate. Of course it was going to end this way for Rittenhouse. He played stupid games and he's winning some stupid prizes. He's an idiot who, before his mass shooting spree, he was beating up on high school girls in the parking lot, and he was barely even able to do that. You've seen the video probably online. Some black teenagers saw Rittenhouse getting out of line, so to even the odds, they got out of their car, stomped him out, laughed about it, got back in their car and left. Rittenhouse was humiliated by that. And that L was caught on video, so he knows it's going to be enshrined for all eternity. He has to live with that. And for the people in the comment section who are kind of slow, that's the reason why not long after that high school beatdown, he began looking to see if there were any racial protests in the area, anywhere near him, anything even remotely looking like some black people might be gathered together. Again, check out the video that I made about Rittenhouse's lies. In that video, I show you how he was sitting in a car with one of his little buddies, and they were watching a store with people running in and out of it, and Rittenhouse was on video saying that he wished he had his gun. So what he did in Kenosha was premeditated. The judge in the criminal trial ignored the law and barred that video from being presented as evidence because the judge was corrupt and wanted to blatantly show his own racial bias. But that's the reason why Kyle Rittenhouse is trying to write some books now. He went over the top, all of his little hatred, all of his little scumbag, dirtbag moves, all of it blowing up in his face. You know, it reminds me of a movie that I saw many years ago, back when I actually used to watch movies. It was called The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. In that movie, you had Brad Pitt playing the part of Jesse James, and you had one of the Affleck brothers playing the part of Robert Ford, who killed him. Now, Jesse James was a notorious robber of banks and trains, so it wasn't exactly like the man was a sympathetic figure. But nonetheless, it was how Robert Ford killed him that apparently made it where he wasn't exactly a hero either. Robert Ford didn't get the accolades and praise that he thought he would get. In fact, at the end of his life, at least according to the movie, he spent a lot of time going from one place to the other, reenacting the killing of Jesse James. That was his claim to fame, and the only way he could get himself a couple of pennies to rub together. He pretty much spent the rest of his life reliving the incident of killing Jesse James for audiences who became increasingly disinterested until eventually they just went away altogether. Zimmerman and Rittenhouse don't even have that much. They've got all the humiliation of being looked at as losers, but they don't even get a couple of pennies from the same white right-wing nuts who had cheered them on and told them how great they were. This is what becomes of dishonorable people. But people who have no honor also don't have the ability to be honest with themselves about what they've done or about what people truly think of them. Well, Rittenhouse and Zimmerman are finding out what I've said for years applies to more than just bootlicks. That once white supremacy is done with its tools, it breaks its tools. Good day, and be one. I'd like to take a moment.
Like Truth, been listening to you for over 10 years. Go ahead, what are your thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse? What's popping?
Okay. Well, he's a pile of shit, you know what I'm saying? And let his broke ass go out there, be homeless. Have him be unhoused. Have him live up under a bridge, you know what I'm saying? Have him live there with rats, you know what I'm saying? Don't patronize him. Don't give him nothing. It's because, as the professor said right there, you know, I know, our audience knows, Lady Che knows, and that bastard knows, is that he went up there to Milwaukee, crossing state lines, okay, to go kill black people. So he didn't find none. You see what I'm saying? So he went up there and shot 3 people, I believe, 2 white men and a white woman. But you could best believe is that he had crossed state lines with a firearm, okay? And he was, quote unquote, going to protect property. Remember that, Brother Che?
Yep.
That's what he said for his defense. I crossed state lines at the age of 18 years old to protect property.
Well, he was 17 at the time.
Now, so, yeah, that's right. I stand correct.
Hey,
so
Paul
he was
G.
a minor at that time. Okay. Now, that's like me. Out here in Las Vegas, right? Okay. Greetings there to you, Paul G. What's happening? And some shit goes down there in Los Angeles, right? Okay. And I go over there to LA, okay, cross the state line with a weapon, right? Talking about I'm going to protect property. And then I go over there and shoot 2 people. Man, that's intent.
Yep.
And then you're saying you're protecting property, but the people who you shot were not involved in any type of criminal activity.
That's right, but like,
You see? He didn't have no defense.
He's a straight face.
You can when the judge
like
your
like
defense.
2 states away, like serious.
Yeah.
You couldn't find any other property on your block.
Yeah.
And you have the whole court system in your favor.
Yeah. And then the judge in that case too, Brother Che, who was very ridiculous. You remember we was making notes about the judge.
Yep.
You know, giving his trick all kind of lead way.
As his defense attorney.
The judge made you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. You see what I mean? But he says, I'm going to protect property. I'm going to protect property. No, Trick, you weren't out there to protect no property. You wanted to go out there and kill black people. But you couldn't find none. So that's why he shot the 3 white folks. See? You see what I mean? You know, so he was just going over there looking for an excuse, like they say, with all these hypocritical ass laws. As you know, Brother Che, you studied more law than I have. What's the main thing you got to prove? Intent, right?
Mens rea and
okay.
intent.
Yeah, intent. Okay, so therefore, with him getting that weapon, crossing state lines, traveling how far is Milwaukee from Chicago? Shit, I think it's about 95 miles. But the next time we speak with Dr. Barnes, man, we're just going to ask him, you know, shout out there to the Outlaws as well.
Yeah, shout out to Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw Radio.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know. But he knew what he was doing. Quite naturally, of course, you know, these white supremacists, you know, they want to get their guns and then they want to use us as fucking targets. So this is why at Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and Frontline Black News, we reach out to the black community. Black man and woman, quit killing each other. We all we got. We do have issues amongst ourselves. Okay, we got to get some type of cohesiveness to resolve these issues and turn into productive people for ourselves, is because we all we got.
Yeah, and the quicker we
all
realize
we
that,
got. You want to go?
Turn off we'll be as a
Yes, sir.
Lady Che, what are your thoughts
Yeah,
on
yes, sir. Oh yeah, that's my thoughts on shit in the house. Yeah.
on shit in the house?
You bum, you gotta stay a bum. And one day, eventually, somehow, he's gonna be in jail.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then, even if they do sue him, they're gonna be getting shit out of him. I mean, unless the court just give him money, he'll be getting shit out of him because he got shit. He never got shit, and if he learned anything, he's just putting in his mama's name. So they were smart. They would just take the parents' assets and everybody else before him. That way he don't try to get slick or anything. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he could have just spent it all, probably put some shit somewhere else. So, you know, I would just attack the assets somewhere else through family and shit. You know what I mean? Wherever, whatever. It don't even matter.
Probably got put in a trust or something.
Yeah. I mean, fuck you. Take the dog, too. Fuck you. Take everything. The dog, the book, his assets, his parents' house, parents' car, parents' stuff. You know, take everything, including the dog. Fucking Milo needs to be liberated. Like, I'm advocating for Milo to be ready to take a walk down the street by himself and get lost on the highway somewhere. Find up at some other white person's house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Real shit.
Milo.
Milo. It's like, that's a traumatizing name in itself. What's your dog's name, Milo? Come on, man. We're in 2024. Surely there's got to be a better name for a dog.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Shabaka. Damn. God damn it. This phone must have died. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so moving right along. Hopefully Shabaka comes back. George Santos, disgraced congressperson who was ousted from the White House, has more guts than the CBC. Damn. That's saying a whole lot right there. There's Shabaka. Hold on, Shabaka. Oh, shit. Oh. I'm going to bring you back on, Shabaka. Hold on. Come on, computer. What the hell?
You touched me.
No, stop it, lady. What the hell? Computer.
I hit it with the fucking,
Welcome back, Shabaka.
sage.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Work it right.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
moving along, Shabaka. We're moving along. We're no longer on Shittenhouse. We are now
what's our
on
next step?
George Santos.
Oh, yes. George Santos, yeah. I love the way they shit canned him out to Congress, man. That was beautiful. The son of a bitch was not even off the damn Capitol floors, man. You know what I'm saying? When they tore down his name tag, man, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was classic.
Yeah, oh yeah. As soon as they told that trick that he was done, they was changing the locks on his door at Congress, tearing down his name. You know what I'm saying? They should have went on and kicked him in his ass, or, you know, on the way out the door. You know what I'm saying? They should have went in his pocket. They should have just straight mugged him and pumped him. You know what I'm saying? And it's a damn shame that the people who supported that trick, okay.
Take all that shit out.
Okay, wait, say that again.
You to walk in.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And so and then what they need to do, is haul his ass in the court, sue him for every damn thing they paid him and every allowance they gave him as a congressman. Salary, his gas was limousine, all the whores in Washington that serviced him, you know, charge him for that.
Campaign donations.
Yeah, get that too. Look what they did to Adam Clayton Powell. You know about what they did to Adam Clayton Powell, don't you?
Yeah, they kicked him out the Congress.
Adam Clayton. Yeah. Adam Clayton Powell was the congressman for 25 years. As soon as he got up there and said Black Power, man, they kicked him out the Congress.
I don't know why that's funny.
And Adam Clayton, Adam Clayton Powell was from Harvard. You know? And Adam Clayton Powell and Malcolm, you know, they were contemporaries. You see what I'm saying? And then Adam Clayton Powell got up there and says, "Oh no, black is beautiful." Real people too. They said, "No, nigga," and they told Adam Clayton Powell, "No, nigga, you said the wrong thing." And this was at the height of Black
That's a wrap. We did this out of because we had to. You know what you want, sir.
All right, so let's get to it. Professor Blacc is going to give us the rundown.
On Santos, okay.
I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth. George Santos, a.k.a. Anthony DeVolder, a.k.a. Anthony Zabrowski, a.k.a. the most hated man in Congress. George Santos was the man of 1,000 names and not a single shred of honesty. But at least now he can take the name the most hated man in Congress off of his resume because he's now the most hated man out of Congress. Expelled a few days ago under a humiliating cloud of scandal. What needs to be remembered, though, is that he was expelled for things that he allegedly did before he got to Congress. Typically, the way that it works is that people who are expelled from Congress, it's for things that they did while they were a member. So the expulsion of George Santos was a great departure from what they normally do. And it was his own Republican colleagues who led the charge to throw him out. But while he may be gone, he is determined not to be forgotten because now George Santos has vowed revenge. And he's going to tell all the malfeasance and accusations that he learned about during his time in Congress. And he's going to be aiming his guns at the people who threw him out of office. After all, if he had to go because of things he did before he was in Congress, then they should have to go for the things that they've done while in office. Now, what I find interesting is that this pathological liar is retaliating by telling the truth. Not about himself, of course, he would never do that, but about his former Republican colleagues who led the charge to throw him out. He's been on Twitter tweeting up a storm saying that Congress members who spoke against him, like fellow New York Congressman Mike Lawler, has questionable campaign finance violations. He also made accusations against another of his accusers, New York Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis, saying that she made questionable stock trades. He nicknamed her Malio Stock Tips. He also hinted that perhaps she's LGBT like he is. He said that the difference between himself and her is that he doesn't live in denial about being gay. Now, what really makes Santos's veiled accusation interesting is that Maliotakis is married to a man. Now, the fact that he would say something like that is probably because of one of two reasons. One, this woman has taken some stances regarding the LGBT community that rankled his nerves, and he decided to do this as a way to kind of do something spiteful against her. Or perhaps he knows something about her that other people in Congress just haven't been talking about. Either way, that tweet about Maliotakis has already gotten almost 4 million views on Twitter, so people are seeing that. He accused another New York representative, Congressman Lalata, of not showing up for his taxpayer-funded job while he was going to school, and he inferred that this could constitute malfeasance. He posted a message accusing Congressman Brandon Williams of going on drunken tirades, and that his chambers reeked of alcohol. Santos also said Williams mistreated his staff and even went so far as to physically assault one of them and threatened to end another staffer. He also threatened to refer everyone, except for Williams, interestingly enough, to the ethics committee. So the people who apparently have some hanky-panky with their stock tips and what have you, Santos says, I'm going to refer you guys to the ethics committee. But the guy who he accused of physically assaulting someone, well, he ain't got much to say about that. He'll just let the powers that be decide what to do about that. Nice to see that Santos's questionable moral compass is still pointing due southeast. So this is what George Santos is doing now that he's been booted out of Congress. He's attempting to do to his accusers what they did to him. Now, I, for one, actually consider it to be a good thing that at least somebody is saying something about the fact that members of Congress have the inside track, especially when it comes to legislation that's coming down the pike. Because legislation from Congress happens to be one of the main drivers of what happens on Wall Street. People are trying to figure out what's Congress going to do about this or that so that they can position themselves accordingly. And when you're the people who actually make the laws, you know before everyone else does. It's no secret that members of Congress come to D.C. poor and leave filthy rich. That's what happens when you have insider information. Personally, I think the members of Congress shouldn't be allowed to play the stock market at all. It's simply too dangerous. They have too much information. So regardless of his clearly selfish motives, George Santos is actually forwarding a conversation that is long overdue and necessary. Now, of course, there's something to be said about how Santos is the epitome of the immature, self-centered, millennial online beefing culture. That's what he's also dipping his toes into the waters of. And that is true. And it certainly doesn't help that this man is known mostly for the fact that he's a pathological liar. But the reason that I thought him worthy of being mentioned to you in this morning's briefing is because he's actually airing the dirty laundry. It's his audacity that I actually think is worthy of merit. Now that he's out of Congress, he has no incentive to protect any of them, and he's not. Now, once you get past the jokes about Santos and the ridiculous nature of his one-term wonder, I think his would-be scorched earth policy is actually a good thing. And yeah, he knew all this information. He knew it from the day that he got into Congress, and he's only talking about it now because they subjected him to the supreme humiliation of being expelled from Congress. But his motives aside, I'm looking at whether or not what he's doing is worthwhile, and I think it is. They've already scheduled a date for the voters in his district to elect his replacement. It's going to be in February. Keep in mind, being expelled from Congress doesn't mean that he's barred for life. He can run for Congress again. That is, assuming he can find someone dumb enough to give him money, because that was one of the main reasons that he got booted out. And it also assumes that whoever is elected to replace him actually loses to him. That's a lot of ifs, especially in the political arena. That district is purple to begin with in a Democratic state, so it's just as likely that the Democrats might regain that seat. And given Santos's behavior, he doesn't seem to have his heart set on getting back into the House of Representatives anytime soon. These days, he's more interested in barbecuing his former colleagues. Oh, and before anyone asks if black people should support him, the answer is no. Just because two sides are duking it out doesn't mean that one of them is right. As we've seen in so many other cases, all too often, both sides are wrong. Sometimes there's no good guy to root for, and we as black people shouldn't be looking for one. All right, so why is one of the most infamous liars in the history of Congress the subject of this morning's briefing? Because as much as a liar and a fraud and a joke as George Santos is, he's doing a better job of standing up for his constituents out of Congress than the congressional black talkers have done while in Congress. And it says a lot about how morally bankrupt the congressional black caucus is that George Santos, of all people, has enough nerve to actually dish the dirt on people in Congress. Meanwhile, you got the congressional black talkers who circle the wagons on cue for whomever tells them to do it. We all know people who try to make excuses for the CBC, that clown car of cowards, but their refusal to speak up for us is not some victimless crime. It's not just playing the game. What they do is a deadly betrayal. When other groups are getting legislation and policies for themselves, we're the ones who are left out, and they say nothing about it. They have not even one time declared that they are going to come together as a group and block legislation until they get the things that we need. After all, isn't that the entire purpose of having a caucus? Now, you take a look at the so-called Freedom Caucus, that's the main thing they do. Basically, they might as well call themselves the Obstruction Caucus because that's all they spend their time doing. The Congressional Black Caucus, on the other hand, which is far larger and allegedly far better positioned, they don't do anything. But then again, it's because you got these worthless Negroes like Benny Thompson and the rest of these failures, these civil rights retreads. They're getting theirs as far as they're concerned. That's all that really matters. See, Joe Biden's not the only Democrat who is not worthy of our support. He's not the only one who we would be better off if he wasn't in office. There's plenty of others who don't need to be in office and plenty of others who were better off if they were back in the private sector. Anybody who cheerleads for a president who does not dare say reparations and does not dare talk about a black hate crime law and does not make it clear that this has to pass no matter what, they tell us that they're going to work to get Biden reelected. This is a group of traitors. There's plenty of black members of Congress who have remained silent after they left office. And I mean more than just airing the dirty laundry of their colleagues. So many of them want to parlay their career in Congress into lucrative positions working for the very corporations that they took campaign donations from. Even out of office, they're still playing the game. And that's the point of this morning's briefing. It says a lot when a worm like George Santos has more nerve and more guts than any of the spineless, worthless jellyfish in the congressional black talkers. And while we're on the subject of government workers who have no guts, this also goes for the black police officers. Now, nobody's saying that they should be taken to the rooftops and proclaiming their disdain for the racist police and sheriff's departments they work for. That would be counterproductive. My problem is they're all loyal members of the Blue Wall. They do not tell us anything, and they decide to play the game themselves. A lot of the dirt that goes on in these police departments, a lot of these black officers are complicit with it. Many of them are perpetrators of it, like the murder of Tyree Nichols. When Michael Slager murdered Walter Scott, shooting him in the back multiple times, the first person on the scene was a black police officer. Now, even then, it was obvious that Scott was handcuffed and had been shot in the back multiple times, and that Slager had just dropped a taser beside the corpse of the man that he murdered in cold blood. He was clearly creating a crime scene, but that black officer didn't do anything. So many Negroes want to seem important by trying to brag about how they got the inside scoop on this or that, but it's usually just empty boasting. As black people, we have to have zero tolerance for Negroes who work in the government and then do everything they can to protect the government while it's attacking us and depriving us of our rights and what it owes us. These people like the Congressional Black Caucus, working with the very forces who are working against us, keeping them safe, protecting their secrets, making sure that whatever dirt that they do remains confidential because they understand that's their real job. If a weasel like George Santos can find the nerve to call out his former colleagues, then the turncoat Negroes in government have absolutely no excuse. People can say what they want about Santos, mainly because it's true, but he's actually speaking up and speaking out. These silly Negroes in government and the ones out of government, they're not saying a word. So how much lower than George Santos does that make them? Good day and be one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors. Sabrina, Amir Miller, Miss Debbie, Noel.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the good professor take on George Santos?
Everything Yes, so everything that the professor said was correct. And a bum like George Santos goes up there, man, and they kicked his ass up out of there. But even worse is, it's like the professor said, you get these hand-picked, bootlicking, ass-scratching, half-baked, half-fried, congressional black-ass politicians who sit up there and just scratch their ass for the last 50 years that I know of. Y'all some balls, you the balls, we do whatever you say. And then Sheila Jackson Lee, who is a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, or probably still is because she's a congresswoman for Texas, and she lost very badly in her bid for mayor of San Antonio. Houston. Texas. Okay, yeah. This is a good thing. So therefore, let the word go around is that the black community is not happy with the Congressional Black Caucus at all. Because just like the professor said, these bootlicks go around. They take money from special interest groups. They go down the puppet string saying, yeah, you the boss. What do you what lies you want to tell us to tell the black community? Then when the black community on a collective basis is going down the right course of action, well, what do you want us to tell them of how they wrong? Just like where every black person in 1992 saw what happened to Rodney King in Los Angeles, created the worst urban riot in U.S. history. That was wrong. Well, it was Congressional Black Caucus on that. Then you even had Uncle Tom Bradley of Los Angeles at the time who said that it was wrong. And Uncle Tom Bradley never spoke up for
She did lose by landslides. He lost almost 55% to 35%. Ooh, wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see, and so if she lost, she only got 35% of the vote in Houston.
Yep.
Okay, that's bad. That's real bad. So which means is that 65% of the voting public in Houston had no confidence in her, and I think Houston is a black stronghold. I think it is chocolate city. Because one thing about Texas, it damn sure was a slave state for sure.
Yeah.
That's damn sure.
That's like 40,
Texas, yeah, a whole lot
40 or 50% black.
Yeah, okay. So which means is, and that's been a clear message to her from the black community down that, hey, we ain't happy with these black ass politicians. You say, now, Brandon Johnson, they need to start recall proceedings on this punk ass.
Oh, they suing his ass
Eric
right
Adams. Okay, good. Eric Adams, he needs to go
Eric
see a
Adams got Me Too going on.
Yeah. He needs to go see a psychiatrist from Beverly Hills, man. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go lay down on the couch. Because he got caught up with that Me Too shit. You know, he talked all that shit. The black captain on the NYPD. And I think Eric Adams, I think they need to pull his pension. You know, I think they need to pull his pension.
Officer Adams.
What I'm saying. Yeah, and then on top of it, him and that Brandon clown, you know, Brandon Johnson of Chicago. Okay, but you're gonna go give all these fucking migrants, you know, free city services, opening up city facilities, and letting them sleep on the floor of the police department, putting up tents by municipal bills for these fucking migrants. Talking about giving them money, but you don't do shit for your black constituents.
Yep, that should be an act of treason.
Just like what Uncle Phil said. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Uncle Phil on that.
We gotta take care of them coons.
You know, we gotta hold it.
That's why there's a no more.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of these coons first.
You niggas, and you got to go.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
and all that there.
Lady Che,
Brother Che, all that there proved your point. Yeah, go ahead, Lady Che.
I agree with whatever Trump said.
What's on what you said? That's feedback again.
What about now?
Yes. No, we're not on Eric Adams. We are on. What are we on? Oh, Santos.
No, I mean, they were done with this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have anything?
Yeah, take all his money.
No,
nothing.
Every time they pay that trick, they need to sue him.
Throughout the show, he's petty. He's going to be petty. He's messy.
Okay. All right. Well,
messy shit.
Oh,
but he deserves it. I guess he's gonna be petty. That's good. Love that. Is it too?
All right, so sticking in Texas, we got the young man Darryl George suspended again over his locks.
Okay. So what happens is that he needs to sue the school district, the state, the county of what he is in for racial discrimination.
Well, we covered this when it first came out, Shabaka, and the mama is a coon.
Mm-hmm.
The mama is a raccoon.
Oh, Lord. Okay, what's mama saying?
The mama was like, well, yeah, my kid goes to this school, and he gonna keep going to this school. And
Come back and watch college.
He gonna keep wearing his hair like he's wearing it.
Yeah.
Well, all season long.
Okay, because they want him to change his hairstyle, right?
Yeah. I just goddamn
and then he should keep wearing his hairstyle.
Okay, so this is Lisa Cabrera again. Let me fast forward. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
They suspended him and they had a charge. Let me share my screen. Okay. I did this story probably a few months ago when it first broke. You know, he is going to a school down in Texas, and the administrator, the principal, had a problem with his hair. And as you can see, there's absolutely nothing wrong with his hair. In fact, it looks very well kept. And they suspended him, and they kept suspending him, and then he had to do a month at an alternative school. Well, he finished doing all of that. The first day he arrived back to that school, they suspended him again. Now, look, there is a Crown Act. And see, this goes back to me telling you, these people don't respect laws.
No, they don't.
You can put all the laws you want on the books. If they want to get at one of us, they'll disregard every law just to get to one of us.
Right.
And we've seen this time and time again, and it's happening in this case as well. You know, they're totally disregarding the Crown Act and still going full steam ahead after.
Remember, we warned y'all about that Crown Act.
He shouldn't even be bothered with this at this point, but they won't leave him alone. You know, as a parent, I can tell you, I don't know if I would continue to keep my son in that school. You know, I guess it's a decision that his mother made along with their attorney, because they do have a lawyer over this whole mess. And maybe they're just telling them to hang in there. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would be able to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
You know, his parents, you know, and other people have said there are white children in that same school with long hair. You know, first they said it was his hair. Now they're saying it's the length of his hair. I don't think you can get around that with the Crown Act. You know, it's not touching his collar. It's not all in his face and in the way, which I have seen people with dreads and their hair is all in their face and everything, but it's not the case with him.
Right.
And if you got white children in there, because they said there was a white boy in there with locks, and the principal's excuse is that's his religion.
Oh my God.
This is the white boy's religion, so he can have locks. So, you know, it plenty of double standards here. Plenty of double standards. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. Let me stop sharing, and then I'm going to start sharing so I can show you the video. All right.
No, Quinn. Fire.
I should say. The notice states that the 18-year-old new at 3, a Barbers Hill High School student is suspended from school again for the length of his locks. Darryl George has spent the last 30 days in alternative school. He refuses to cut his hair that the school says violates its dress code. Today, he showed up for class at the high school. Administrators suspended him again, I should say. The notice states that the 18-year-old will be suspended for another 13 days. Back in September, George and his family filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against Texas Governor Greg Abbott, the state's attorney general, and school officials for allegedly failing to enforce the state's Crown Act law. Texas State Representative Ron Reynolds is the bill's co-author. It makes it illegal to discriminate against people for having ethnic hairstyles like locks. Reynolds says he's working on new wording to ensure expanded protection to include the length of a person's hair.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You're not just a storekeeper, you're a lineman, tour guide, sometimes therapist. A one-person operation that's the heart of a neighborhood.
This morning, we are learning more about the suspect who is accused of killing.
Not even matter. All right, that should not even, the length of his hair should be irrelevant.
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because his hair is up.
Right.
It's not down. So I just think that they are nitpicking and just looking for a problem at this point. I could see if he was wearing his hair down and you had a problem with the length of his hair. His hair is up. It's not even touching his collar.
Right.
How can it be that big of a problem with his hair? You know, they really hate seeing us with natural hair. They really, truly hate our natural hair.
Yep.
Y'all, and it should not be this way at all. Monica Gregory, thank you so much for the Cash App. And, you know, it shouldn't be this way. So I think at this point, they're just nitpicking around and just looking for any reason to suspend him at this point. And how is it that no one from the state is coming in on the school because they're in violation of the Crown Act?
Right.
All right. So it's Barbers High School sends Black student back in school suspension over his lock hairstyle.
Ridiculous.
So a Texas high school sent a Black student back into suspension Tuesday, just this past Tuesday, for refusing to change his hairstyle, renewing a month-long standoff over a dress code policy the teen's family called discriminatory. Yes, it is discriminatory because the only one getting punished over their hair are Black students.
Yep.
Nobody else is getting punished.
Nope.
So anyway, the student Darryl George was suspended for 13 days because of his hair. They said it was out of compliance, and when let down, according to the disciplinary notice issued, Barbers High School.
Twin
all right, so
Locs
this is
in high school.
I think it's Bellevue, Texas. It was the first day back at the school after suspending him a month at an off-site disciplinary school. He shouldn't have been there. That's for those unruly kids always getting into fights and always causing problems. He wasn't doing that. He didn't belong at an alternative school at all. So anyway, George, 18, already spent more than 80% of his junior year outside of his regular classroom. He was first pulled from the classroom at a Houston area school in August after school officials said his braided locks fell below his eyebrows and earlobes and violated the district dress code. No, it doesn't. When you look at him in this picture, you don't see nothing falling below his eyebrows. And even that first picture I saw of him in August, his hair very much looked like it does now. So they said it violated the district's dress code.
Bullshit.
His family argues the punishment violates the Crown Act.
It does.
Which became law in Texas in September. In fact, it was the following day after he was disciplined, the Crown Act went into effect and intended to prohibit race-based hair discrimination, which he is definitely facing.
Yep.
The school says the Crown Act does not address length, and it doesn't have to. This is his natural hair, regardless to whether it's long or short. You can't use any kind of hair discrimination. So we are just trying to take it day by day. That's all we can do. His mother, Darryl George, told the Associated Press, "We do not see the light at the end of the tunnel, but we're not giving up." The dress code policy at Barbers Hill Independent School District attracted headlines in 2020 when back then it was another Black student that was forbidden to return to school or attend their graduation over their locks. So they got a history of doing this to Black students.
Yep.
All right, they got a history. So Greg Poole, who has been the district superintendent since 2006, said the policy is legal and teaches students to conform as a sacrifice benefiting everyone. No, and only one it benefits are the white administrators that want him to change his hair.
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't benefit nothing.
No.
So anyway, the school official said George was sent to a disciplinary school for violating the dress code and the tardy policy, disrupting an in-school suspension classroom, and not complying with school directives. As he completed his punishment there, the district spokesperson, David Bloom, said George was told he would go back to in-person suspension unless he trimmed his hair. I'm finding it hard. This is Texas. I'm finding it hard. He is the only one in that school district. But, like I said, back in 2020, they had a problem with another Black child's locks. So, it's these folks that are running it. So George's family filed a formal complaint with the Texas Education Agency and federal civil rights lawsuit against the state's governor and the attorney general, along with the school district, alleging they failed to enforce the new law outlawing discrimination based on hairstyles.
I don't know.
So the district has filed a lawsuit in state district court asking a judge to clarify whether a dress code restriction limiting student hair length for boys violate the Crown Act. State Rep Ron Rentals, a Democrat and chair of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, said he planned to file an amendment to the law during the next session to specifically address length to stop their pretextual argument to not comply with the Crown Act. So he said he's going to add it in there, and now they won't have an excuse to go against the Crown Act. But to me, the Crown Act should stand for itself.
Right.
What he got on his head is natural hair. That is a natural hairstyle.
Right.
And to me, that's already covered in the Crown Act.
Right.
The length is something they're throwing in there.
Yep.
So they are acting in bad faith to continue discriminating against African-American students, Reynolds said in an email. George said he feels like he's being singled out because there are other boys in the school with longer hairstyle than his. That's exactly what I'm saying. I find it hard to believe he's the only one in the school district that got long hair. Okay? But he got his in an updo. It's not even down. So he even says there's other boys with longer length hairstyles than his. He was denied an exemption that his family requested because of the hairstyle cultural and religious importance. It's frustrating because I'm getting punished for something everyone else is doing, growing hair, having hair, George said. Yeah, well, you are in Texas, unfortunately. Thank you, One Mystery, for the super chat. It says, all right, let me get to that. It says you can choose gender, but you can't choose your hairstyle. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. This should not be happening
Right.
with a Crown Act that was signed into law. But you know what, y'all? Look, this place never follow laws. Look, you got all kinds of housing discrimination laws in place, and they still do all kinds of things in housing to Black couples or anybody that, in our community that buys a home. And they got housing discrimination laws on the book, and they still go out here and they still discriminate. Look at all the discrimination that goes on jobs. They got laws against that. They don't care. These people don't care about laws. They never have. They never will. They ink something into law and then don't follow the law. Look, they got laws against falsifying phone calls to the police, but they won't enforce those laws on Karen. And that's all she does. So just because something is a law and written on the book, it doesn't mean these people are going to follow it. They are notorious for not following laws, y'all.
Right.
For real.
Yep.
No, at this point, he went to the alternative school. You said hair length. His hair is not dangling down his back. Now you're just looking for any reason to be coming at this teenager. This shouldn't be happening at all.
Right.
What they're doing, in my opinion, they are now officially breaking the law.
Yeah.
So Texas, either you're going to enforce that Crown Act, or what did you put it out there for? Just for show?
Yep, just for show. Just to make it seem like there was something.
Well, my heart goes out to him and his mother. I know they're in a legal fight now, and I hope they win, but I'm concerned about the psychological toll that it's taking on him. I am concerned about that. So, I hope everything goes their way. I hope it's not long and drawn out, because if it is, it is going to leave a long-lasting effect on him for the rest of his life. Y'all, thank you for being here. And again, I apologize for having to do this a little earlier than I had planned. But, I still wanted to get this in before I get into some personal things that I need to take care of in my life. So please enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be coming back with another topic. Shalom, family.
Shalom. All right, Spock.
Hey there, family. While you're shopping, give me a 5G phone. It's on
sleep.
He dozed off on us?
Well, obviously, can't you hear it?
Shabaka.
Go.
Sleeping on job. There he is.
Sleeping on job.
Okay, well, after this topic, you can go. So, what are your thoughts on Darryl George being suspended again over his locks?
Man, you know what I'm saying? If dude is writing and telling the truth, man, why suspend him, man? You know what I'm saying? If he's, stating facts. But at the same token, if he's one of these dumpster supporters or one of the panties fellow transvestites, then pass over. You know what I'm saying? Is because the way this politics is going for us Black family, just to show you how they slap us in the face, not only the people, but the historical situations that have been made, because they know that one thing we did have that the doctor did touch on this evening, not Professor Black Truth, but Uncle Philip Scott. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's educational system, man, and these academic reports and all that old type of shit. Because see, what they're doing in the inner city high school students is that they are preparing and preferring black youth. See what I'm saying? Will be all, you know, a generation away for 70% of the men being convicts, ex-cons. You know, 70% of black men gonna be with white girls.
Damn, Shabaka. Lady Che, what are your thoughts?
Personally, I don't know why he's still in that school. Why he decide not to homeschool or do something else. Surely there's other programs or other means. You can't they can suspend him all they want, but by some point in time, I think that's breaching some sort of legality.
Yeah.
You know,
On
not
my list.
obligated to give him a fucking education. He wants one, they're denying him one. That's some sort of that's like kind of illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're denying him that.
Mm-hmm.
If I was him, I was smart and I was a family, I actually gave a fuck about him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have went and just tried to file some charges against the school in the county or whatever, because they're basically allowing whoever's running this school to make some moral high ground fucking thing to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking about we want all these motherfuckers to look the same based on taking moral sacrifice and, you know, all this other shit, whatever the fuck they said fucking recently.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to this, that it's kind of like a some dude who stand on some on his own moral principles or some shit, and he wanted everybody to act in service to sacrifice his shit and make them better people. Well, you ain't gotta sacrifice. This is one thing you don't have to sacrifice. What the fuck does your hair got to do with your education? Like, honestly, should anybody really be staring at his hair instead of fucking teaching him how to, you know, read, write, and do math? Like, real shit. You know, so I know their priorities are all fucked up. And the fact that they're even allowing these people to get away with suspending them is even more stupid, because they're breaking some sort of rule right there. I mean, like, some sort of rule to deny him education. You know what I mean? And that'll go under the 10 points. It's another act of harms. I mean, I want someone to stop. I mean, fuck, if you gave a fuck, they're already making a scene. They keep suspending them in his bougie ass white school. And look at it, like, you know, the parents, like, the brother, like, come on, man.
Right.
This is beyond fucking ridiculous. Don't you think I mean, don't you find it like, you want to watch your kids suffer some more? You go to school, you can't even go to school. So, and if you're not going to do nothing about it, why say anything about it?
Right. You're subjecting yourself.
Like, he's just a minor. Like, take the shit in your hands and fucking do something.
Right.
Like, actually do something about it. Like, what are you going to do? You already got a lawyer or whatever dealt with it. So what's so wrong in filing some motions to turn that shit around? I mean, because at that point in time, it's taking away from your day. You going to work. You having to take some time off. You know what I mean? I mean, you're losing vital income, and you're definitely not teaching your kid, your son, how to, you know, you're not teaching your son anything right here, except allow them to push you out, shame you, and make you do something that you shouldn't have to do, because it has no bearing on your education.
Right.
No bearing on it.
It's just some white, and I say so.
Yeah, so there's no bearing on it. I mean, you go be smarter, you go. I mean, they have to give him an education. He has to get an education. I mean, he's entitled to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has to. He has to get one. They can't say no, only because they don't want to cut his hair. So you're gonna deny him the chance to read books and fucking, you know, write imaginary essays that you can pretend to read and shit. Come on now. It's stupid. This is fucking dumb. This whole thing is dumb. The fact that people are sitting there allowing this shit to happen doesn't even make any goddamn sense.
Right.
No. Say no. And you go to school anyway. Fuck it. They said you suspended, so what? They got plenty of seats to sit in.
Right.
Like, what they gonna do? Kick you out the school? Take you out by force? So you gotta stand on the sidewalk with your little book bag and you wanna learn? Go ahead. Let them do that. Let them drag you out by force. Make a whole fucking scene about it. You know what I mean? They won't let me read. You know what I mean? Throw yourself on the floor and shit. They won't let me turn in my math. I'll cut my hair too long. I'll plait my hair long. They won't let me pick up no puss loud. Help me. Nah, I'm saying do that. Do that. See where it takes you. Seriously, fuck them. It ain't gonna cost you anything. I mean, you humiliate yourself so fucking what? You're not really humiliating yourself. You're humiliating them.
Right.
They doing it. They won't let me read. Why won't you let the little man read? Because his hair too long. That's stupid. That is the most stupidest shit ever. Obviously, for the Caucasus Mountains of Caucasus. Come on now, let me read a book. They won't let me hit. They won't let me eat. You won't feed them either? Man, y'all ain't shit.
Right.
You doing yourself a favor.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, it's so funny. My mama keep making me go to school. What? My hair. What's wrong with your hair? They won't let me do it. They won't let me write in my notebook. I can't sit at my desk. They just keep telling me that. Come on. Why? I don't know why it has to do with fractions and division, but fuck. I mean, I can tell you exactly how many locks I have in here. You know, like that. Well, geez, I want you to cut your hair because in math class? Why? Oh no, they're white. I said so. Now that makes sense. You know what I mean? But damn, you still make a scene. Fucking let him throw you out. Physically, let him physically throw you out of the class. Yeah. All because your hair is tied up nice and neat and you look clean. Your face is clean. Your hair is clean. Not one lint ball in sight. You know what I mean? Dressed nice. You got your little backpack all zipped up. Hands outside your pockets. You not looking menacing. Just go ahead and let him throw you out. Oh, you threw out this nice, clean-cut young black man, and you're preventing him from studying reading, writing, geometry, history. I mean, even if it's the wrong history, you're still denying him. All because he won't cut his hair. What is 2 inches long under your eyebrows? Like, for real shit? That means bitches got to cut their hair, too. Really. Treat them all the same. Everybody get a fucking baldy. Fucking everybody. High and tight fades for everybody. That's it. Don't you dare think about growing no hair in high school. That's it. Off with your head. Stupid, man. That motherfucker's hair is longer than his eyebrows. Yeah. He has any hair. I think he's jealous. That old white man. They showed that old white man on there, right? Didn't they show that old white man?
Yeah.
Yeah, like less than 2 centimeters of hair. That's probably what his problem is. He's probably just jealous. They make lace fronts for white fools. Go get you one. It's all right.
Oh my God.
It's a rip. Go get you one.
Hilarious.
That's what Bosley for Club for Men is. You don't have to be the president. You can also be a customer. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a hater. I think that's what it is. All dudes being a hater.
Yep.
If that's the case, everybody got to get a haircut, including all the white people with dreads. Motherfuckers with pony.
Motherfuckers with the mohawks.
Hair, mullets.
The mohawks.
Jew curls. Fucking all that. Spiky little hair. All the girls gotta get their hair cut. Everybody gotta come out their hair. Fuck it. Teachers too. Lead by example, fuckers.
Right.
Everybody take your shit out. Just that's it. And lead by example. I mean, you say sacrifice, shit, show sacrifice. Everybody gotta lead by example. Punishment all around. Oh no, they don't want to do that. I think they should just let that little motherfucker go to school then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Free lunch for him. Because, obviously he can't get no more than a fucking bologna and cheese sandwich. That's it. Remember, he wouldn't even get any lunch. Yeah. The audacity. The audacity in school telling him about cutting his hair, but they won't feed him. That's dumb. That's stupid as shit, man. Like, fucking throw tomatoes at the school and shit. You know?
All right, let's. Shabaka, did you have anything else to say on this?
It's fucking whack.
Shabaka.
Sleep, cuz.
Yeah, Shabaka never went to sleep. I'm about to go to sleep too.
Thank God.
I think I'm gonna end it here.
What were you gonna say about it?
It's bullshit.
So you gonna say, huh?
Yeah, like I said last time. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They obviously targeting this young man.
I think everybody should get a haircut.
Because he's black, and like Lady Chase said, they need to enforce this rule across the board. If you're gonna suspend this young black man for wearing his hair naturally, and everybody else in that school that got long hair, no matter what their race or ethnicity, should be getting the same treatment.
See how that works out. Like, you gotta tell little white girls cut their hair. You know what I mean? Like, tell everybody, just fuck it.
But the mom needs to be ashamed of herself. She needs to take her kid out of the school district altogether. She's subjecting him to this shit.
Yeah, it's like enforcing racism on him. Purpose. You know what I mean? Instead of protecting him, she put him right back in the crosshairs. I mean, like, he can't do homeschooling. If you're worried about his social fucking shit, like, I mean, can he do homeschooling and then go outside and find some friends to play with? I mean, that's what we did when we was in school. Yeah. Why is it different now? You know what I mean? It's not. It shouldn't be the same. It shouldn't be any different. You know, you do your schoolwork, do your chores, fuck out for a little while, go hang out, run the streets a little bit. You know, within reason. Like, does he need to go to school? They do testing. You know, like homeschooling have whole programs where you can finish.
Right.
So it's like they send you the supplies. What's the problem?
Mom.
It don't make no sense, man.
Mom is the problem.
Obviously, like you grown now. You like a big, like a young teenage boy. You gotta hold his hand and babysit him.
Right.
I mean, go to take your motherfucking ass to work, bitch. Shit.
Yeah. So, oh my God, the mom needs to be ashamed of herself, like I said. Shabaki, anything else before you go night? We already went 9-9 on this. All right, well, we're going to bid Shabaki a good night. All right, I'm going to end it here. So the topic stuff we didn't get to is Hunter Biden's Sleepy Joe Biden son is indicted on 9 tax charges.
9?
Yes.
9 or 19?
9. On 9 tax charges, facing 17 years in prison.
Yeah.
Then we got rapper and actor Terrence Howard sues CAA for fraud over Empire Row. Then we got New York City Mayor Eric Adams goes to Biden for the 10th time, begging for help with the migrants.
Hey, A for effort. Shit, 10 times is a long time. A lot of times. A lot of motherfuckers don't even talk to him once.
And then Eric Adams' approval rating is at record lows. And guess who he blames?
The little violin is playing.
Sleepy Jim Crow Biden. Hannah Payne's murder case begins in Atlanta, Georgia, 4 years later. And of course, if we have time, Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. So we'll see y'all on part 2. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to all of our platforms, Frontline Black News. Oh, there's Shabaka.
Oh, my God.
Shabaka just...
Yeah, I'm fading in and out. Yeah, I'm up here fading in and out.
Oh, we got some one night on us. Okay, Shabaka, so what is your closing statement?
Yeah, Jesse.
Okay, my closing statement is that, here at Frontline Black News, man, we got to stay on point, man. Bring us the news. Bring the black community to the world. What's going on in the world, not only in the U.S., but also, too, in the diaspora. And we thank all of our supporters. I do getting indicators, that we are getting our listenership a little bit, but I don't have the solid proof yet, so this is all theory. So most definitely check with us on Tuesday. And we should be typing up the episode, for it tomorrow evening. And definitely check us out on StreamYard too. All right, and I'm out.
All right, thank you, Shabaka. Have a good night, and go Broncos.
All right.
Shut up, Jesse.
Man.
So go ahead, Lady Say.
All right.
What is your closing statement, Lady Say?
Stay black, stay dangerous, have a happy black season, the rest of the season. hopefully we'll be back with another long and dramatic ass show tomorrow.
When is the RBA?
Well, I don't know, Jesse. It seems like you won't even let me do a show. God, man. Really want to know what's going on with the RVA. Jesse be dragging it out for fucking 9 hours, and I can't even do it. Like, there's no point. You cover everything I want to talk about for like 12 hours at a time.
She has all weekend.
No, I don't. It's not like that. Plus, not only that, family, I am fucking dramatically fucking sick. Barely breathe.
Yes,
let alone go from one room to the next.
Keep her in your thoughts and prayers.
And he was there dragging my life out. I can't do the RVA because he take all my topics. The moment I run something by him, he done took it and snatched it off and then showed it on fucking Frontline Black News. So I gotta wait for like 2 hours before I say something. So now I'm cool on that. And then by the time I do want to do the RVA, he done took the excitement out of it.
Oh my God! Stop it, lady.
He did. Oh look, y'all, let me take me out my sunglasses off and look you straight in the face and tell you, he took the excitement out of me.
That lies. So
no, I lost interest. I no longer want to do anything anymore. He just ruins it for me.
Lies, lady. Lies.
It's not a lie. I know I'm telling the truth.
Has had ample amount of time.
No, I haven't. You can't have ample amount of time when you don't have no time to live.
Oh my God.
Jesus. It's a reality. Tell you just taking all the light out of me, fellas. Get your blood, man.
Oh my God, Lady Chase, stop it. So a lady Chase will be dropping the RBA sometime soon.
No, I won't. You won't let me. You already went through everything. You won't even let me do anything.
There's still plenty of topics you can talk about, Lady Chase.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is. There's a whole lot of stuff going on.
I don't want to talk about all that. Everything you talk about is already talked about. So by the time I get to it, because I'm well enough to get over to where you're sitting, okay, everything's already been ran through. It's like I gotta find some other shit to talk about. Which I'm really tripping about, personally, because I know Jesse manipulated me out of my vacation.
Oh my God, stop it!
I was supposed to be on vacation. I'm on strike. I said black people need to be on strike and vacation. I was on strike and vacation, and all of a sudden, now I'm really sick, and now I got manipulated out of my vacation and back onto some old this shit.
She's still on vacation.
No, I'm not.
Don't let her tell you otherwise.
No, I'm not, because all the stuff we read through today, I done heard like 8 versions of it in podcast stuff all day today before we even did the show. So, we were just reviewing content. So I heard everything. I was like, oh my God. So I said, like, it's not brand new to me. That's the behind the scenes thing. We had to go through it before we talk about it. I was like, man, I need some new, fresh, exciting stuff to talk about.
There's a whole lot to go around, Lady Shay. Yes, it is.
No, there isn't.
All right, then. Well, thank you for joining us, Deacon.
Happy holidays. Stay black and dangerous. Happy Kwanzaa.
Thank you, Twin. All right, y'all. So we're going to bid y'all a farewell. Thank y'all for tuning in to Season 3, Episode 36, Part 1 of the Frontline Black News. We'll be back tomorrow or today, whichever one, with Part 2. And hopefully the RBA before that. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations. And Black empowerment. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our platforms. Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and the X, Twitter. And the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook.
Thank you, guys.
Peace. You're welcome, Deacon.
Bye, Deacon. Bye, Twin.
Peace.